Hey everybody, welcome back to GoPro Debrief time, and this flight was absolutely fantastic. So I hope you can stick around to the really fun bit, which is the impossible turn, which Brad explains why he likes the terminology, the improbable turn, a little bit more. So originally, the flight, which we did yesterday, so this is all pretty fresh. The flight was supposed to be local and some landings at John Wayne. We make the call to head over to French Valley to go over these emergency procedures pretty quick, because we have talked about them before, and I was excited and I was not disappointed by the results. So this is a pretty typical departure from John Wayne. I will get the clearance here. We'll kind of fast forward through the run up and everything, and then once we get up in the air, then we'll just watch it, because it was a gorgeous flight, and the usual SoCal. It wasn't busy, but the usual variety of things that can happen did. So let's get it going here. So again, this is yesterday in the 172, and a gorgeous evening.
All right. Sweet. Okay. You on the brakes? I'm not, but I can be. Yeah, okay. I'm on them. Okay, cool. That's better. Okay. Sweet. You want them back? Yeah. All right, you got the brakes. Okay, my brakes.
Michael runway assignment, Central runway hold short instruction. All departing general aviation aircraft contact clearance delivery prior to taxi.
Let's move on up, yeah?
Advise on initial contact. You have information Tango. John Wayne Airport ATC information Tango 005.
We're finally out of June gloom, and it's been gorgeous out
maybe?
the last few days. And hopefully, it looks like it's going to stick, too, this weekend. Which, fingers crossed, hopefully there'll be big milestone flight this weekend. And it looks like the weather will be just perfect for it.
Use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Use caution for multiple cranes, various quadrants.
Happy Canada Day.
This is an okay speed through here? Sure.
Happy Monday.
Runway assignment, Central runway hold short instruction. All departing
Happy Canada Day to all of our
delivery
northern
prior to
friends.
taxi. Advise on initial contact. You have information.
Max, thank you. It was a lot of hard work. Many people to thank for that inclusion into Flight Sim Best. I am blessed to be a part of that. So it was some of my better flying.
I'll leave it up to you where you want to go. Whatever you want to go see.
Proud moment.
Wing ground, Liberty 275 Mike Charlie, covered west, would like to taxi over to the tower run-up.
I think, Ryan, you probably saw it live, if I had to guess.
That bleed over is so annoying. Yeah.
Okay. Let's check out some radio calls.
I was trying to figure out why the 10 was staged. They just booked a trip. Oh. Or, I should say.
Not the Epic,
yet,
the
but it's likely
Bonanza.
To book soon.
Shenanigans, hello.
Okay, cool. So El Toro.
Taxi on your merry way, and if I need you, I will contact
Going
you.
clearance, good afternoon. Skyhawk 53176 with information Tango. We'd like flight following to the El Toro practice area.
You were on ground.
Whoops.
Oh, were they? Yep. Oh.
That was good timing,
Awesome.
Going clearance, Skyhawk 53176 with information Tango. Like flight following to the El Toro practice area, please.
Was it 53176, general clearance on departure, turn left heading 080, maintain VFR at below 3000. Advisory frequency 124.1, squawk 0205.
205.
Okay, that's left turn 080 out of below 3000. Advisory 124.1, squawk 0206, 53176.
That's 176, squawk 0205, reback cruise, correct.
All right, 0205, 53176, thanks.
That's 176, thank you. Tango's current and report that.
We're over at ACI West, 53176.
That's 176, kind of grab taxi.
All right, ground, see ya.
So, how's the audio, guys? Levels good. So,
What did we do before? I forgot.
Contact runway tower 126.8. Good day. 126.8. See ya. Tower run up is ready to taxi for departure.
That's way more better.
Verify Mike Charlie, runway 20 right, taxi, Bravo Kilo.
20 right, taxi Bravo Kilo, 5 Mike Charlie.
Well, it has calmed down quite a bit, which is really nice.
That is a major benefit.
Yeah.
Mike Charlie, monitor tower 126.
And it's kind of cool out, too, a little bit. It's cool down. Okay. Let's commit aviation.
All right, let's do it.
Ground, Skyhawk 53176 at ACI West with Tango Taxi.
53176, general ground taxi, Bravo to tower up.
Bravo Tower run up, 176.
I said ground that time.
I like it.
Right?
I like it. Sorry, I'm just texting him.
105. Oh,
Waiting for him to...
Max 444 Foxtrot Golf.
Who is that?
Mike Stiff.
It's too good. That end number is just too great.
What would you do if you can, and if somebody on the skid too?
Oh, that's too cool.
That's just not fair.
Yeah.
Check this out.
It's good to know.
Huge pedal. So the odds of these ones working and those ones not is pretty low.
Right.
It's worth a
Okay,
shot.
upper right hand corner of your screen.
It's good to know, though. Oh, wow. That is insane.
Welcome to John Wayne.
God. Seriously. That is too cool. Oh, my God.
Oh, with the guy on the skid too?
Oh, that's too cool.
That's just not fair.
Yeah, that is too cool. He's going to whip that tail around, too, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, dude.
He's just casually standing there.
Oh, get out of
no
here.
No big deal.
Oh, my God.
Good Lord.
That is too freaking cool. Okay,
Chopper
everything
creeper.
is locked, closed, latched. Yeah.
Good point, Brad.
We do some little S turns. I would do is
We have some lessons here. Check this out. Everyone quiet. Everyone listen to Brad. Shh. Everybody listen.
That left one's still a little tiny bit dirty.
Yeah, that's okay. It'll clean up by the time I take off. Question for you.
Yeah.
What would you do if your brakes failed right now?
If I'd pull the power and go full back on the stick just so get some aerodynamic braking. Possibly go into the dirt there to slow down.
Okay.
Kill the engine.
First thing I would do is be reaching for the mixture. Get that forward momentum out of the picture as fast as you can, right? So yeah, go for the mixture and then probably do some little S turns with the rudders if you can.
Yeah.
And if you can, and if somebody is sitting in this seat, have them use their brakes because it's independent master cylinders for each pedal. So the odds of these ones working and those ones not is pretty low.
Right.
It's worth a shot.
Okay.
You know.
It's good to know, though. Oh, wow.
And then that happened. Okay. So
that
there you go.
Insane.
That's your first lesson of the day, everyone.
That's 37.
It's possible.
Hey. Oh, my God.
176, monitor Kilo.
Bravo Kilo 20 right.
Probably there first.
Okay.
Ground, Skyhawk 176, continue.
This 176, runway 20 right, taxi Bravo Kilo.
Bravo Kilo 20 right, 176.
The man seeking efficiency is very happy.
Yeah, good.
Right and rear is clear.
Love it.
This 176, monitor 126.8.
Okay, monitor 26A, 176.
Love it, and that gets us over to both. I love that new audio cue. Great radio call, Bill. So fucking awesome. Oh my god.
They might launch you off the left. I kind of doubt it was beautiful. Nice radio call,
yeah.
Oh, we stepped on each other.
That would be cool.
You know,
What's up,
why not?
Dennis?
American 2779, turn left.
Yeah, this weather.
Oh, it's my buddy. I love this
This is
guy.
more like it.
28 American 2779.
The Alvin and Foster.
371, runway 20
Yeah.
right, cleared to land. Traffic crossing the numbers prior to arrival to Cessna.
Hey, that's you.
371, cleared to land, 20 right.
That's 371, Roger. And the traffic following you is on a 7-mile final. It's a Cessna, so your spacing is good.
371, thanks for that.
That's 53176, Geometry Kilo. Cross runway 20 right, hold short of runway 20 left.
Okay, crossing 20 right at Kilo, holding short 20 left at Kilo, 53176.
Okay, right's clear.
Left is clear. Strobe is on. Make some haste.
It has to be, right, Dennis?
They appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's
Big old bump.
RTX.
Bump.
It's the new flight simulator. It's RTX
Nice job, American.
in SLI.
Oh wow, that's really strong.
Both windows
is
were
really
open,
strong.
of course.
Man, from what it was
That's
earlier.
176, runway 20 left at Kilo, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 20 left at Kilo, 53176.
Okay, ready?
Go somewhere else.
Lights.
How about a short field?
Okay.
ILS number 20 right, and we...
Flaps coming down. You can see in the shadow.
Cancel IFR.
Cessna 371, and spacing is fine now. There's way behind you, so any turn off is fine.
Okay, get that wheel straight,
Someone
right?
take off with Geometry. You're going to cancel? What do you want to do after this?
Okay. So we got mixture, we got flaps of 10. Selected, looking good. Okay, go full power here. Everything is in the green, looks good.
Continue
Release.
report canceling IFR near the freeway as requested.
We will do that. Thank you, sir.
Still green. Speed is alive.
Do they count as UFOs if you know that they're an alien spaceship?
And we're up.
Like, is it an identified flying object? Because we're pretty close to the desert.
2875, how can I cover? That's 371, turn right at Foxtrot, kind of ground 120 right.
371 right, Foxtrot, going to ground.
Just an FO flying object.
Okay, we got good positive rate. Flaps coming up. No problem. Okay, looks good. And we're a good safe distance. We can turn on 0.
Brad, I can see 2 notable office buildings right now, by the way, right at our 11:30 and right on the nose now. That's true. We don't know what could be, like a scout ship, could be a fighter, could be a bomber.
Okay. 080.
We should be getting radar contact momentarily.
Yeah.
Here we go. Is he gonna call it?
And Q tower now. Well, I'm not clairvoyant today. I would have looked like a friggin'
Yeah, that would have been
badass,
dope.
yeah.
Cessna 176, radar contact, maintain VFR at or below 3,000 sail altitude.
We're climbing through 900, 176.
Cessna 176, contact SoCal departure on 124.1.
All right, departure, seeing a little bit, 176.
Bye.
We're undecided at this point, Ernie.
SoCal, Skyhawk 53,
We are
176, 1,100, climbing restricted 3,000.
November 176.
I don't want to, like, spoiler alert it, right?
Okay, ONAV and altitude is 53176.
Cool. Sweet. Well, that's good.
I told you I wanted to show you a rejected takeoff from like 50 feet AGL, right?
A rejected takeoff.
Yeah, so like
50 feet.
engine failure at 50 feet.
Yeah.
I told you I wanted to show you that. I also wanted to show you a engine failure like on the upwind and return to the same runway.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that today? We'd have to go out to French Valley to do it. Or do you want to just kind of stick with what we got?
God, that does sound awesome.
It's up to you. I'm always up for it, so.
Um,
Don't think about
we
it.
can do those two, come back, nail a couple landings.
Sure. Yeah, of course. And we can do, you know, slow flight on the way there, a steep turn or two on the way back.
Yeah.
Call it good from there.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Let them know we're going to change the plan and go to French Valley.
Okay.
Oh my god, I love airplanes, I love Brad. 434, Romeo Bravo, Dana Point.
Why do you have so much right rudder in? See how the nose is slowly going that way?
Yeah.
There we go. That
coming
feels more
back.
natural.
There we go.
I appreciate you having right rudder. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so here's the question. So above 3,000 AGL, we need to be evens, odds evens plus 500.
Yep.
Due to the terrain here, if we're at, you know, 3,500,
434, Romeo Bravo.
we're still okay because it's AGL.
right.
Okay.
Here, not like over the
However,
mountain.
3,500 is going to put you real low over that over those hills.
Yeah, yeah, and like I think we're going to need to go
45 at the very least.
45, which is again okay because when it's still AGL.
I usually go 55 to French Valley anyway.
Okay.
Because everybody coming this way is at 45.
45,
so.
yeah, okay.
2085 Victor, altitude at 2994.
2994, 85 Victor.
Hey, Julia.
SoCal approach, Liberty 275, Mike Charlie. We have Tango on board at Chino and airport in sight.
You're still slowly turning that way.
Tower whenever you're ready.
5 Mike Charlie, contact Chino Tower. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Yeah, it's still a little bit. At this point, you really don't need too much right rudder, just a little toe curl.
You do, but it's not as much as you're giving.
Yeah.
You're doing better. You're just not quite there yet.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, get me to French Valley. Tell me how long it's going to take to get there and how much gas we're going to burn on the way.
Okay.
Far over Laguna Beach, 2,800.
Little too cool.
And along Victor 23.
4 Romeo Bravo, squawk 0203.
0203.
SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176. We're going to amend and head to French Valley at 5,500.
176, proceed as requested.
It's like, I don't care, dude. Go for it.
November 954 Romeo, connect approach 125.
It was a weird SoCal day.
125.5, up from you.
54 Romeo, that is correct. Have a
Real
good day.
quick, write a text to Danielle just so I don't forget.
November 434 Romeo Bravo, ready to contact over Dana Point.
Alright.
Sweet.
So what is this crap?
Okay.
You on the brakes?
I'm not, but I can be.
Yeah, okay.
This is what happens when you upload a video really late at night.
That's
That's
two.
just
God
not-
damn. Did I cut out that whole frickin' part? Do we go from here to French Valley? Yeah, we do.
Little toe curl.
You do.
All right, we're gonna call an audible here. Check this out. We can fix this.
And we'll be outside that little hill.
Nope, that's the wrong thing. Here.
There's a more nav over John Wayne midfield, then on course, sir.
It's going to take us 18 minutes, so we're going to burn 4 gallons.
Good answer.
On nav via John Wayne midpoint, 3,000 or above, 4 Romeo Bravo.
4 Romeo Bravo, what type of aircraft you got?
We'll have to fix that.
4 Romeo Bravo, say again please.
What type of aircraft you got?
Great Lakes, G2C1.
Roger, thanks, sir.
Yeah, I enjoy doing them too, blow minimums.
I saw that
Even if it takes
that
too long.
Bonanza
Yeah.
that had the forced landing.
Yes.
in the river?
Up by Almonte, yeah.
Yeah. And I showed Julia that picture, and I was like, dude, that's why we can't, like, every 5 minutes, it's where do you land, where do you land, where do you land?
Yep. That's why I do that.
Yep.
Yep.
And it also made me think of climbing out
as well. And, you know, you have that kind of lazy, you know, fast climb out.
Yep.
Which is great for getting your speed going, and it kind of has the feel of like an airliner type of profile where you're kind of smooth, and you know you've got paying customers in the back and you don't want them to spill their drinks.
Right.
But when you're in a small plane like this, you want to get to altitude as quickly as possible because it's your friend.
I think there's a healthy balance. In a situation like El Monte where you have the river, it's actually a pretty decent airport to take off out of, just in case.
Uh-huh.
But in a situation like John Wayne where you have a golf course, and from about 300 AGL, it's no longer an option, you want to get up as fast as you can. Now, that's not to say you can't get up as fast as you can very smoothly. You can do that. You can do anything you want smooth.
Yeah.
But, you know, get there.
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking. Just like, you know, that VY versus VY plus whatever. You know, like there's really no reason. But you're right, and it does depend on where you're flying and, you know, what you're doing. Like for leaving Catalina, doesn't really matter.
Nah, you're pretty much hosed no matter what you do.
Yeah,
so.
And you're going downhill, or, you know, best landing spot is maybe downhill.
Yeah. Best landing spot is hope you can swim.
Yeah. Whiteman, you know, get up, get some altitude.
Yeah. You've got the, I guess that's the 5 next to Whiteman. Is that the 5? No, that's not the 5. There's a freeway next to Whiteman. Or a road. That would
is
actually
it the 5?
be no, the 5 goes by Van Nuys. And it goes through this Pole to Pass. Next to Whiteman is... what? I don't remember. It's been so long since I've been to Whiteman. But there's a road right there that is a potential option, depending upon how quickly things go sideways. Yeah, there's like a 172 down there. Hello.
Oh, there's my little lake, Rancho Santa Margarita. God, I love that road. I've been tearing up this area lately.
Have you?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, the 241 there. I used to go drive that when I was
I love the sidebars.
very angry late at night. Back when angsty teenage me was in high school.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The driving in anger days.
Oh yes. Yes, I once upon a time did like, I don't know, 110 on that road.
Nice.
Supposedly, allegedly.
I never got up into the triple digits in my little Ford ZX2, but I did too many e-brake turns to count.
Yes.
Especially in Washington when you had the conveniently wet roads constantly.
Yeah, my, so I had a Mercedes C240 when I was in high school.
Supercharged.
2002, yeah. Thing was fast as shit. Like, it would run away in a hurry. So that was a problem, because I liked driving that car fast. So then I went off to college, and I got a 2014 Ford Escape. And the Ford had pretty good acceleration. It was actually, it was a turbocharged.
Turbo 2?
Yeah.
Or 2-liter turbo?
It was I had the 1.6, but it was a turbo anyway. And it had pretty good get up and go, and it would
that's pre-EcoBoost, isn't it?
No, that one, I think that one was EcoBoost. I think. I don't remember. I'm not a car guy, as you know. I'm an airplane guy. But yeah, that one allegedly would go to 120. It also had a manual handbrake.
Oh yeah.
Like an actual handbrake.
Yep.
And as you know, it snows and ices in Illinois. So not to say that I did things that would be considered reckless.
No.
But I did things that would be considered reckless. Yeah. Which perhaps the local police might frown upon.
Yeah.
I love that we're just talking about this as we're flying an airplane.
Weather there.
Over just gorgeous terrain. Like, look at that. Look at those
weather
mountains.
observation 0142 Zulu weather wind 19er 0 at 7 visibility 10 clear below 12 temperature 2
Ninja, what's happening?
Dew point 10 altimeter 29er 7 remarks. Density altitude 3,100.
Nice.
It's hot.
Yeah.
French Valley Airport. Automated weather observation
Work after vacation.
3 Zulu
Not
weather
much
is worse than
wind
that.
19er 0 at 6 gust 9er visibility 10 clear below 12,000
those
temperature 28
hills.
Gusting to 10. Why even tell me? I'm going to head to the south of that little peak there.
That will point you just about right at the airport.
Yeah,
so.
and I want to be away from Lake Elsinore too, in case they got any jumpers.
The other thing to look out for on this ridgeline here is watch for gliders. I damn near hit one.
Really?
When I was on my first solo cross country. So they launch out of the same airports as the skydivers.
Brad, what was your
they have
solo
toes
cross
or
country? I forgot to
slingshots?
ask you that.
Great question. I think it's
Or powered?
I think it's a winch launch.
Yeah.
But I'm not entirely sure.
That looks pretty to the left there.
This whole
Oh, you
state's
did the
pretty
Ramona. Okay.
Yeah.
Where was I the other day?
That was my
NorCal. That was just gorgeous.
my number 2 option.
Oh, Sonoma.
That's a
I was in
pretty
Sonoma the other day. That was really pretty.
easy one. I think isn't it like 52 miles?
1200 change headwaters every day.
Okay.
Okay, Squawk and VFR. We'll talk to you later. 176.
So,
Kind of deep.
yeah, had you not wanted to, and had you wanted to go to 34-0, how could you have handled that?
Just requested, hey, we'd like to stay with you for a little bit longer.
2490 out of 8,000, and we're on the RNAV Zoo. We're at Disney.
What's up,
8,000
Quasar?
on the RNAV.
Everyone said, gross.
So, give me your best short field landing into French Valley.
61 miles to there.
Taxi me back to whatever runway's in use, presumably 18.
Yep.
And I'll take the controls holding short.
Okay.
Okay. Did you guys catch the plan?
Runway's in use, presumably 18.
Yep.
And I'll take the controls holding short.
Okay.
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 Doing a really good job with your altitude. On the way back, I would like you to keep doing that good job with your altitude, but give me a more consistent course, okay? Because you're kind of doing one of these things right now, so let's, on the way back, let's navigate with some purpose, like we're actually going somewhere.
Okay.
I was a little meandering.
Yeah, I was a little undecided on.
I know, you wanted to go that way, and then you wanted to go this way, and then,
Looking really good.
I know I sprung it on you on the way here, so you're doing the best with what you can.
Yeah, that's okay.
But damn it, Bill.
We strive for perfection.
Exactly. Accept mediocrity, strive for perfection.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on a second. You have an engine failure right now. Where are you going?
I'm going straight ahead. But there's some fields out there. I mean, I know that this is the Duluth area.
I'd bet money you clear that ridgeline, and you could make Skylark. Or not Skylark. Skylark.
Yeah.
Down there at Elsinore.
Yeah, it would be close, but you could definitely do it.
I'd bet money you'd.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're not in the we're just in the glide range of that.
Trick. Take your hand, put it on the horizon like this. At the bottom of your hand, that's your glide range.
Okay.
Just about. So you'd clear that ridgeline back when I asked you. You'd clear that ridgeline by probably, I don't know, 200 feet?
Glide range.
You'd clear it.
Yeah, okay.
Agreed.
And if you clear the ridgeline, then you've got, the skydiving airport made, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah, and even if you're not able to go, make a base, there's still plenty of
I think you'd wind up with too much energy, to be honest with you. I think you'd have to bleed some of it overhead.
Yeah.
Cool. How far out from the airport are we?
We're almost 10. We're about 11, 12.
Yep. And let me know when you see it.
Everest Valley, Viscat turning left crosswind departing Sydney.
Got it.
Cool. Hangars, right? It's easier to see hangars than it is to see runways.
Yep.
French Valley traffic, Skyhawk is 10 to the west, landing full stop, French Valley.
Hmm. This exchange is kind of funny coming up here.
Pull up. Pull up.
Faz
It
Sniper?
is oddly quiet.
I am the Ryan Seacrest guy from
Weird,
Newegg.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I was expecting this evening to be a little bit busier than
So
it
was
is.
I.
4 flight, Ryan. Had the little
Definitely not going to complain.
10-mile ring.
No, it's
Airport
nice.
was just outside
like,
of it.
I'm with you, but still, weird.
French Valley area traffic, Legacy 90, circle Mike, 15 miles north, set up straight in, runway 18, French Valley
Welcome,
traffic,
Sniper.
please advise.
All right, first of all, what's a legacy?
It could be one of many things, but I'm pretty sure it's
Go
a
back
jet.
to that. This is one of
French
Brad's
Valley
favorite
area
lines.
Traffic, Legacy 90, circle Mike, 15 miles north, set up straight in, runway 18, French Valley traffic, please advise.
All right, first of all, what's a legacy?
It could be one of many things, but I'm pretty sure it's a jet in this case.
Okay. So we're gonna...
Traffic
He's gonna
advice.
beat
He said he was
us.
15 miles, so
Okay.
remember that. 15 miles was his first
900
call.
Echo Mike, are you the Legacy that's the really fast jet or the really fast piston?
That's jet traffic, sir.
All right, so Skyhawk 53176, we're 7 to the west, we'll cross overhead, make left traffic for 18. I haven't heard anyone else except for one departing, and I haven't heard him in a minute.
Echo Mike, thanks for the heads up.
Okay, so initial call was 15.
So he was 13 to the north.
Yep, 13, he's doing 180 knots, he's going to cover that distance in 4 minutes. He'll be on the ground by the time we're at the airport.
Perfect timing.
Sniper, this is real. And then we'll go into the
Or it should
simulator
be.
after this.
What's pattern altitude in French Valley?
2300.
Yeah, I was just about to say 22 or 23, I couldn't remember which.
Yeah, I don't know if that says anything good about my GoPro footage.
All right, I got that
or-
traffic. See him at our
Yep, I got that guy, it's a helicopter.
Traffic, Legacy 90, circle Mike, jet traffic, we're now about 13-mile final runway 18,
He
French
So-
may have said that.
So
He did.
13.
Yeah.
So we went
No,
from
he didn't
15
say
to
jet
13
traffic.
and
We
9
didn't,
out of
okay.
I
10.
can tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sniper, yeah, this is me flying the plane.
French Valley traffic, White Skyhawk is 5 to the
Thank
west,
you, Ernie.
crossing overhead for left traffic 18.
Good eye on that helicopter, by the way.
They're peeled.
Smart man.
Yeah, it's cool, Sniper, to be able to do the same flight. Watch the flight that I did last night.
Final runway 18, French Valley.
He went from a 15-mile final to a 13-mile final in like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did this flight
I think
last
that
night in real
15
life.
was a
and
little
we're gonna
bit
do
of
it again in
a,
a sim after
think
we
he was being
debrief it
generous.
here.
Yeah.
Not scary at all. But Sniper, if you stick around a little bit, it'll get a little bit more interesting here.
Okay, one more. So we got fuels in. Maps are up. Mixture is starting to bring that in now.
Uh-oh.
Lost the helicopter, but he was taken off
Yeah,
to the north.
he was northbound on the highway.
Yeah.
A little tape.
Jet traffic is still negative contact.
Look for flashing lights. He's probably got his pulse on, so.
All of our lights are on.
French Valley traffic. French Valley traffic, Legacy 9.
Not too far off, but
is 6 miles.
you just got to study, sniper. Yeah. Give your
gray background
local flight school a call.
Yeah,
get a discovery flight. They can be as little as $100. Hey, what's up, John? This ortho does look pretty damn nice, doesn't it?
Have I taught you the trick for looking for traffic? Where you hold your head still?
It's going to be fun to be able, because I haven't flown.
So human eyes are designed to pick up movement.
Oh,
yeah.
because this is what Brad says is really good. I haven't flown into French Valley in the sim. Well, I should say I haven't flown into French Valley in real life since I got the GPB scenery in the sim. So we'll see the real life French Valley and then GPB after we have some fun here.
Have I taught you the trick for looking for traffic? Where you hold your head still?
I don't think so.
So human eyes are designed to pick up movement.
Yeah.
So when you look for traffic, look in the general area and then hold your head and eyes still and try to detect movement.
Just like a T-Rex.
Yeah, that's generally the easier way, Mr. Goldblum.
French Valley traffic, Skyhawk is approaching midfield for the overhead left traffic 18 French Valley.
Careful saying for the overhead, because that's technically not what this is.
That's the overhead brake.
Yeah. But just be careful with that.
Okay.
People who don't know won't know the difference, but people who do know will be expecting something else.
Yeah.
There's ways to do it. It's definitely not free,
Sniper.
Cool. Gas is not cheap.
We might have to extend a little bit, which is...
Yeah, probably,
fine.
but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yep, you get shot down.
French Valley traffic, Legacy 9, circle Mike, 1 mile final, run 18 French Valley.
Let him know we got him inside.
Okay. At Legacy, we have you inside, 176.
Thanks, guys.
Right's clear.
Okay, cool.
Okay, and my awesome, oh crap. Now some editing skills here, because I did not properly edit this thing together. Where the hell are we?
Down on the 1,000 footers. Any particular reason why?
5.5.
The bigger hill behind us.
Oh, it's the big one, not the little one. Damn. Oh, that's the... Yeah, I know that airplane.
He does, huh, Max?
Oof. Ooh. Ow.
Couple of them?
Yeah.
2 puffs of smoke.
Alright, so you'll be
it's
good
very
to
close,
touch down
Sniper.
on the 1,000 footers.
Very close.
So that's your touchdown point, okay?
Okay, the 1,000 foots.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Normally I'd let you pick it, but with wake.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I figured that's what you would pick anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, after the second puff would probably be pretty good.
French Valley traffic, White Skyhawk turning left base 18 French Valley.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
Why are we at 65 knots right now?
Just Mike clearing Alpha 4 going to Jet Center, French Valley.
Yeah, that's too slow.
I'm just asking. If you want to be at 65, you can, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to be.
I don't want to be, but I do want to be set up to be stable.
I'm more than happy with you setting up early. Just,
Yeah.
Tell me that's why.
Yeah, flying into the sun is not good.
All right, it's clear.
French Valley traffic, Skyhawk turning final 18 French Valley.
French Valley traffic, station 6 November, self-service fuel taxi 1 up, 180 Alpha.
The 1 up. Taxiing to the 1 up. Where's Roger Wabbit?
Whoa!
Found it.
Okay, so we're at the 1,000-foot mark, so I need to
This
be
is the
a
originator
little bit higher on the,
of that
on
clip.
the lights there.
I would
This airport.
That.
As we're...
French Valley traffic, helicopter 76 Foxtrot, 2 miles to the west, inbound for landing, direct to the ramp, French Valley.
French Valley traffic, White Skyhawk, short final 18 French Valley.
Remember, plus 200 minus 0.
Plus 200 minus 0. And it's the beginning of the 1,000-foot markers, right?
Sure, yeah,
okay.
that's fine.
Journey off the beaten path of aviation.
Be at 62.
Nice minimums.
I'm shadowing you on the controls just in case of wake.
Okay.
Looking really good. This is going to be frustrating to watch.
This is looking beautiful.
Ah, shit.
Easy. You had it.
Yeah.
Just overflared it.
Yeah.
You had that made, dude.
Ah.
It still was a short landing. It's that taxiway
Alpha for you guys and wait for you.
is pretty quick, but frick.
You had it.
Yeah, damn.
You just scared yourself.
So just a little bit too much elbow back.
Yep.
Well, fricker. Well, everything else felt...
Wish all GA traffic was that courteous, guys. Really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, anytime, guys. I fly jets for my day job. I get it.
You get it.
That thing is pretty sexy. Okay. Full forward, hard on the brakes.
I actually wasn't on the brakes at all. I was just resting
Such
my
a
feet on the
charmer.
pedals.
Okay.
You can continue.
Okay.
He's going to shut him down here in a second.
French Valley traffic, White Skyhawk is taxi back to 18 French Valley.
Had to throw in the jet card.
Okay, and that's that guy, that helicopter that was going...
Yep, and there's
Straight-
a
just jet
stationary
blast,
that's taxiing as
John.
well. We'll let him depart first.
Okay.
Just because we're going to do some non-standard stuff, so.
Yeah. Well, I was obviously past 200 on that, right?
You were, yeah, you were about 350.
Okay.
Had you just let the airplane come down, you would have been golden.
Okay.
But you didn't.
Yeah.
Look at that twatter.
That's weird. That is a Russian airplane
That twatter.
with Canadian registration parked in Southern California.
Love it.
Weird. I wonder if that just got sold to like Paris or Elsinore or something.
Oh, yeah. Yes, John. Yeah, on short final there. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I
still
like the approach a
still a
lot
big
more.
boy.
I was pretty much dead on what I wanted to be on the speed,
Oh, it
which was like 62.
beautiful until the last 2 feet.
Yeah.
You know? Then you were like, oh shit, ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, you're in a nose up. You know, it's not like you're not coming in nose down.
It was gonna be fine.
Yeah, you're not coming in nose down.
Yeah.
And like we learned the last time we were at French Valley, this is a 17 gear landing gear.
Yeah, exactly.
17G
like,
landing
Don't worry
gear.
about it. Like, it's gonna be fine.
Did you see that bug that just hit the windshield?
He's still behind us.
Yeah, so go ahead and pull into the run-up somewhere that he can also.
Okay.
At stationary taxiing at French Valley. This is the 172. We're going to pull deep into the run-up and let you guys go first.
All right, appreciate it. 6 November. We'll be like right behind you, so I do our run-up. Tough deal.
Okay, yeah, we got to do some non-standard stuff on the departure, so it makes more sense if you go first.
All right, that. Appreciate it. 6 November.
You bet.
Non-standard.
Turn, you little Cessna.
That airplane looks very familiar. Why does that airplane look familiar?
Let's see. I think we have some good conversation here about the landing.
All right, so tell me about what you could do better on that landing for next time.
Like we had talked about with Uchi at that, that tip, just, use a little bit, we're coming back.
Wrist.
Yeah,
Wrist.
just curl the wrist. Yeah, everything felt right. Like I was visualizing everything. Like the descent was good, the speed was good. There was a little bit of a gust there that knocked me a little bit. Like the nose was a little bit off center line, and I felt like I correct that well with the rudder pedal and the ailerons.
Yep.
I think the landing in general was a good landing. It just wasn't the exact type of landing that we were going for.
It was a good save. I will give you that. It was a really good save.
Yeah.
But yeah, just let the airplane land, man.
Yeah.
Let it land. Get a consistent landing first, then get a consistently smooth landing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, overall, I think everything was fine. Just like you said, the last 2 feet.
Yeah.
Just need that. And part of it is, I mean, not really a fear of, but just like a conscious trying not to comment on the nose gear.
Right.
But the attitude that we're coming at, I mean, we're not like, British Airways heavy at deck angle, but we are still at that point.
And you can change that if you want to. The way to change that is fly a steeper approach angle, because then you'll have to let the nose be a little bit lower. The consequence is you'll be a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So you can change that. It's up to you. You don't have to fly that nose up angle.
Well, what I'm saying is that that nose up angle is essentially a mini flare already.
Yeah, if you land in that nose up angle, you'll actually 3-point it, so you will need a little bit more nose up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's pretty close to a flare.
Yeah. But yeah, so like you're already you're already in a nose up enough angle where you're not going to come in on the nose. Therefore, if all you do is just a little bit of back pressure, like you should,
you don't need much.
Then it's perfect.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
Cool. All
okay.
Right.
Your controls.
So, just to quickly talk about what we're going to see here.
Okay, get ready, guys. Here we go.
We're going to take off. I'm going to give you a normal takeoff, but I'm going to use as much of the runway as I can. So, get all the way back on it.
I'm going to get out of here for a second, too.
Just so you can see how much runway we're going to use.
Okay.
This is a demonstration of what happens if you get to 50 feet and the engine decides to just quit.
Okay.
Right. It's going to be very aggressive compared to what you're used to.
Okay.
I'll have control the whole time. I've done this a ton of times. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Just be aware that it's going to be aggressive.
All right, cool.
Okay. We'll probably talk most about it after it's done because things happen very fast when this happens.
Okay. Okay. And then we'll taxi back.
Yeah, we'll taxi back.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is we'll take off again, and we'll get to 500 feet, and I'll show you an engine failure with the impossible turn and an emergency return to this runway.
Okay.
Cool.
With the tailwind.
With the tailwind.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
I have the controls.
Your controls.
Okay. And I have the radios as well.
Okay.
French Valley, 172 is going to depart runway 18. We're going to have an engine failure on takeoff at 50 feet and return to land runway 18.
Clairvoyant.
Yeah, right. Okay, heat slates, ignitions are all on. Let's see, your panel doesn't apply in this airplane. I have good brakes. So we're using every single inch of this runway. Ready?
Yep.
Here's 18. Here we go. All set.
2nd November, left crosswind for left downwind departure northbound.
So a little flat. Look how much runway we used.
A lot of it. Jesus.
And that's dumping full flaps immediately and a slip.
Wow.
Granted, I'm not overly hard on the brakes. I didn't force it on the ground immediately. I kind of let it fly onto the ground.
Yeah.
That's 6,000 feet of runway used.
Yeah. And a 172. Yeah.
So what does that tell you?
Well, it tells you that you have not a lot of time to make that decision. You have to keep the runway length for whatever airport you're at in mind. 20 left, is going to have a different considerations than this place.
Right.
If we're at Fallbrook, this is going to be very difficult.
Right. So, here's the takeaway that I want you to understand. When people talk about no runway remaining, think about how long they're waiting to declare no runway remaining. We just used 6,000 feet with a 10-knot headwind.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much as soon as you're through about 10 feet in a 172 off a 20 left, you're out of runway. Like, you're going to be on taxiway alpha.
Yeah.
You know? So,
now, you obviously knew that it was coming, so when you pulled the power, you were automatic,
instant push forward, full flaps, dump everything.
Yeah, you were anticipating it.
Right.
But, when you're not anticipating it, well, let me put it this way. How often of a failure are you going to have where the engine does fail to that extreme, like where it's off?
Very few engine failures are full engine failures. Usually you'll have some amount of power left.
Yeah.
If it is a full engine failure, it's friggin' catastrophic.
Right, you've got a
piston has departed the engine.
Yeah, you've thrown a rod.
Yeah, exactly. So when that happens, then yeah, it's like you've lost all power, obviously.
Yeah.
Those are rare.
So in a kind of a less rare, more partial engine failure, or you've got a hiccup, or fuel line is something where it's like but like as you're kind of climbing out, are you pulling the power in that situation?
I'm going to keep the engine as long as I can.
Okay. Now you're going to eat up more runway because you're not you have power left.
If the odds are an engine failure that happens on takeoff is going to result in an off-field landing, like highly, highly, highly likely that's going to occur.
Okay. So like this is a long runway. So what we just did is safer because it is a longer runway, but it's still the same. The procedure is still exactly the same. It's just we're not landing on the remaining runway. We're landing on the wherever.
And the thing is, with an engine failure situation like that, you have an engine failure at a nose-high attitude, right? I wouldn't look at the speed and what it was when the engine failed. I think
it was about
probably
80.
Yeah. So I wasn't even like all the way nose up, where you usually can be on a normal takeoff or even a short field takeoff.
Yeah.
But you can see how fast that energy bleeds off, until you get the nose down, in which case you have a ton more energy than you need, which is why you burn up so much runway, right?
Yeah.
So if you leave the nose up after the engine failure happens, you're going to stall.
Right. Yeah.
But as soon as you get the nose down, you need to bleed all that energy.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why I immediately went to flaps 30. Not because I was running out of energy, but because I was going to have too much.
Yeah. Yeah, and went into the slip. And now if we were in a situation where we were not in a we have enough runway to make the landing, like Fallbrook.
Yeah.
There's fields there. Let's just say that it's kind of like a relatively forced landing friendly situation. You wouldn't necessarily want to go full flaps, full slip to get it in, right?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So I went full flaps and a slip to land here because I knew I was going back to the runway.
Yeah.
If I needed the extra 5 seconds to figure out where I'm going, then I'll leave the flaps up.
Yeah, but you still want to get the nose down because you need to get.
Oh yeah, gotta get flying.
You got to get the airspeed up, and if you're at 80, you still have, not very much, but enough airspeed to play with. You've got 5 knots of airspeed to play with best glide.
Right. Right.
So you've got like maybe like a 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000 to have to pick your spot.
So realistically, the engine failed at 1350. We probably topped out about 1370.
Yeah.
And then pushed the nose down because there was still a little bit of momentum coming up.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Okay.
So did you learn something from that?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to show you another one. Everybody talks about the impossible turn.
Yeah.
I don't like that term. I like the phrasing the improbable turn. It is entirely possible. I'll show you it today.
Okay.
The problem you're going to have with an impossible turn, again, is having too much energy. Most people think, 500 feet, engine failure, return to the airport. It's going to be this nice gradual turn back around. It's aggressive. It is an aggressive maneuver, and you'll see why. Basically, if you do the nice gradual turn back around, standard rate or 10 degrees of bank or whatever some people who have never done it tell you to do,
you're going to overshoot the angle.
You're going to run out of runway, or you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Like you're going to lose too much altitude in the turn. The goal is to get turned around as fast as you possibly can and get back on runway heading as soon as practical.
Okay.
Okay?
And we're going to be at pretty decent speeds, but still slower speeds. And if you make it too tight, like you have to, the stall speed is going to increase the tighter the turn is.
Yes.
So you do have to be careful not to.
So my 60-degree bank stall speed's about 60 knots. So it's kind of an easy way to remember that. So don't go slower than 60 in your turn. We won't be all the way at 60. We'll probably be like 45, 50 degrees, but it's an emergency. I'm showing you kind of how it works,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
Cool. So the engine is going to fail at 1800. Radio check 5x5. Yeah, the engine's going to fail at 1800. I'm going to make a right turn back to the runway.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
French Valley traffic, a 172 is departing runway 18. We're going to have an engine failure at 500 feet and return to runway 36 at French Valley. Okay. I got brakes, heats, lights, ignitions are all on. No ignitions or heats in this plane. Tell I've been flying the jet too much.
Traffic, Skyhawk 1702 Echo is taxiing from Jetport to runway 18 French Valley.
And you want the mixture in that?
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine where it's at. Power set. Speed's alive. Little gusty, but not too much.
That was a nice takeoff.
Thanks, thank you. I've done it a timer 1,000.
Okay, so we're climbing out, looking good. There's 1500. Just making a nice straight out departure here.
Yep, flying runway heading until pattern altitude or whatever it is for a normal departure. And so we've got some terrain and some obstacles here to my right. I may change the game plan and go left. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go left with it.
Okay. Oh yeah. There's 1700. Doesn't look like we're that high.
No, we're not. Here's 1800, ready?
1800 ready.
French Valley traffic, the 172 is returning to runway 36, French Valley. Just slightly keeping it unloaded here.
Okay, our airspeed is plenty fast.
There's full flap.
Full flaps in the turn. Going right to the numbers. Okay. We do have a 10-knot tailwind.
Now what's the problem?
We're too fast.
Ton of energy, right?
Yeah.
With a 10-knot tailwind.
Yeah. I mean, the airspeed is still, we're going to stop flying soon, but.
Congratulations, you survived the impossible turn. See how impossible it is?
Yeah.
Improbable.
Super improbable.
So the margins are extremely, extremely tight. You heard the stall horn when we were in that turn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And how much runway did we use?
Yeah.
5,000 feet.
A lot
right?
of it, yeah. But it also, I mean, thank you for showing me that, because that's like a, that's one of those things that in practice, you know, you could talk about that until you're blue in the face, but until you actually see.
Until you see it, you don't realize how violent of a maneuver it is.
Well, but violent, but also doable.
Right.
And like how it looks. And obviously, if you're in that engine failure scenario, you're not going to necessarily need that nice of a landing.
Now, I have two advantages that if it happens to you, you won't have. One, I know it's coming. That's worth its weight in gold. Right. If you know it's coming, you'll survive it every time.
Yeah.
Two, I have 800 hours in this airplane.
Yeah.
I could fly the airplane with my eyes closed, probably. Not very accurately or safely, but I could probably do it.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a major, 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 major factor.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, cool. but you're right. That extra time. I mean, it's like that in the movie Sully. You know, they were like, well, they knew that engine failure or the bird strike was coming, so they had time to prepare for the emergency.
You know, my favorite thing about that accident with Sully in 1549. How long did it take for Sully to start the APU? From bird impact to APU button start press.
I don't remember. Was it like, I mean, 5 seconds?
3 seconds.
3 seconds?
That's item number like 17 in the QRH for dual engine failure. First thing he did, APU start.
Yeah.
That's a guy who knows his systems.
Wow.
So, cool. You ready to fly?
Yep.
All right. Shall we go back to Orange County?
Yeah.
And do some
I love airplanes. I
landings
love Brad.
without
Yeah. The engine on. That sounds fun.
And I show you this so you can see it, not so you get comfortable with it. But so that way when people are talking about these things, you can be like, hey.
I've done that. I've
yeah,
seen that.
now you have now you have experience to start with.
Yeah.
You know.
Come back.
Cool. You ready for the controls?
Yep, my controls.
You've got the controls.
Okay.
However you want to get back to Orange County is up to you.
Okay.
Happy Monday, Dr. Ocean.
On your way when you're ready.
Alrighty.
Okay, so we have two options. Before we continue, we can either go to the sim and practice the emergencies, check out French Valley in the sim, or watch the return leg and some pattern work at John Wayne, and then come back to French Valley. So whatever you guys want to do, if you want to jump in the sim right now that it's fresh after seeing that, and see if we can recreate some of that, or just watch the rest of the real world flight back to John Wayne. We can easily do either one. The sim is pretty much ready to go, I think, right? Yes. Oh my God. Bobble Bill is ready to go.
French Valley traffic, Skyhawk is departing 1-8. We're going to make a right crosswind departure to the west, French Valley.
Right is clear.
Okay, left is clear. Everything is locked.
Yep, I didn't change anything down here, so you're all good.
Yep, good.
Yeah, I don't think I touched the trim either.
Yeah, looks good.
But you can see with a 10-knot tailwind, you run out of energy in a hurry.
Yeah, well, and it was funny
Or you have
because
too much, you know, you're running out of runway.
your airspeed was still at 60, and we're hauling ass.
Yeah. Yeah,
It did
ground
look
was like
pretty
70.
funny with the
Yeah.
runway just
Okay, so let's
smoking
go.
below it, just boom, boom, and we were only going
Alright, I see
60
1-8.
knots. It was
Yeah,
really
1-8.
funny.
I tumbled your gyro, so I'm going to try to fix it here real quick.
Have a good night,
Here.
Ryan. Thanks for hanging out.
I'm going to try to take off as smoothly as you did. That was so nice. And I could see the shadow, too, like when the nose wheel comes off.
Yeah, just let the airplane fly off the ground. It'll fly when it's ready. You need a little bit more back pressure. Right about there. Hold that. Just hold it. See? It's flying when it's ready.
So nice. This is a really cool little airport. It looks so much different being all brown, which is what it normally
It's a cool
is.
little airport.
Yeah, I love this airport.
It's perfect distance, too, and the good length for doing this kind of stuff.
I always forget that it's me in the video, and I'm likely to make the same comments as me also.
I'm looking forward to the comments in your stream.
We'll complain about whichever one I choose.
Me too.
Should be
It's an
Yeah.
excellent length.
So I want you to fly runway heading to pattern altitude, then make the right turnout, okay?
Okay.
You always got to find a good length, you know. It's not as girthy.
And French Valley traffic, Skyhawk.
It's no fall breath though.
Continuing taxi to the runway from the run-up.
I know that sound that was in the background of that transmission. It was the clear shield bounce.
Look at all Temecula wine
All the
country
early
out
Model
there.
172s do that. I mean, these can too if you're missing a screw or two, but
But we know that there are some screws loose in this cabin.
hello.
Hi.
Yep.
French Valley traffic, Skyhawk 02 Echo is departing runway 36.
I might have to write that
18 will
down.
be
That might
departing
have to
straight
be
out French Valley.
another
Right's
audio
clear.
cue.
Left is clear.
French Valley traffic, Skyhawk is turning right crosswind, departing to the west, last call, French Valley.
That's a fun sun placement.
Yeah, it's perfect, right?
Yep.
Thanks, Mother Nature.
Awesome.
Quasar, my schedule and bandwidth is what happened.
Now, what are some hazards of the sun?
But we
being
do have
recognized
some
like
plans
Not being able to
coming
see
up
traffic.
soon,
Yeah,
actually.
exactly. Traffic
for
observation is pretty much
maybe a
zero.
live
Yeah,
version.
it's not good. So
of
we
Angle
want
the
to be
Talk.
on with SoCal as soon as possible.
Sure.
There's like Elsinore. 34-0?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right into the sun.
SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176, 2700 just off French Valley.
Jack 53176, SoCal approach, go ahead.
Hey, we'd like to pick up flight following back to John Wayne, please, at 4500.
Jack 176,
What happened with the band?
0266.
0266,
Gregorian,
176.
sunset.
I'll throw that in too.
We're heading
Shut
west
up, Tony.
Yeah.
Quasar,
Voices
it's
of a million
been
approach controllers scream out in
it's
vain.
been a pretty nutty couple of months.
Roger, roger. What's our vector, Victor?
As a 2809, SoCal approach, check dial, door visual.
Stop yelling at me. We see you. How loud is that beep for them?
There's no beep. It's just really annoying.
Just a flashing, blinking thing.
Because idents are used for different things.
Thank you,
right?
thank you,
If you're
Gregorian.
distressed and you need to
Except
get
for
their
the fact that
attention,
we're
hit the
going
ident
right
button. They'll
into
pay attention to you.
the sun, so
That's
that's a little bit annoying.
Alright, 2996, 176, thanks.
But yeah, so
If you
Quasar,
have
it's
a
like
loss of radio,
we're
but you can
getting
still
to the
receive,
point
like, you
with
can't transmit, but you can
with the
receive.
flying
Hit the ident
that
button to acknowledge
you know, it's
transmission.
a lot of it is kind of coming to a head here with written
So it
soon.
indicates abnormal operation if you're doing it.
Hopefully I'll
Website,
have
when
the
requested to.
long cross country by this weekend, maybe if the stars align.
We're going to be able to...
Shortly.
And there's been some, life stuff as well, where it's so the long
awesome.
solo cross country, Dr. Ocean.
Hopefully you got something out of that.
But the other thing is as well
So
is
two
it
helps. One, I didn't scare you.
it takes
Two, I hope
a
you don't
lot
feel like
to
that's always
coordinate
attainable.
with
Yeah.
another
I just want you
person.
to
Like it's
see
really
what you
easy
wanna
for
say,
me.
yeah,
Like
so
if I want to
you
stream or if I if something's up,
you
it's my time.
It's something to file away
that I
in your
can
mind
choose to or
know
choose
what it
not to.
looks
But
like
when
while
you're
you're
when
in
you've
the
got
house.
somebody
Yeah,
else,
you might be at 700 feet, look down and be like, all right,
someone
I
else's
can do that.
schedule
Fly
to
off the
consider.
runway.
You're committed. So if you have really crappy day at work
Yeah,
or
for sure.
something, like
Yeah,
you've
it's
got
something that
to
you wanna be
you got to
comfortable
show
doing,
up.
but you wanna know that, 'cause it's
But
in an
that being
emergency,
said,
like,
we
that's
do
the whole
have
point
some
of it, is
angle
that
of a
in an
talk
emergency, you know that
plans
you can
very
do
soon.
that.
But
Right, exactly.
I appreciate the
Potentially.
interest for sure.
Doesn't always work.
Yeah.
Captain Aviation, yes, this is
It's probably
me.
gonna be pretty tight.
If
If you're taking off with a
and
stronger headwind than
Brad,
we had, you're probably gonna wanna
the
wait a
pilot
little
guy
bit
in the
before you make
chat,
that turn.
flying around SoCal.
Vertically.
I am at
You
a
might
little
have
bit
to make
over
you might have to
40
count to
now,
like
Quasar.
5 in your head and then immediately make the turn.
Yeah.
Just so you have enough room.
So I've got we've got the
sucks.
solo cross country, a
this looks
couple
like
PIC
garbage.
hours, and that's it. So what?
Yeah.
Like when I switched
Gotta get
planes,
that stupid filter on there.
yeah. So when I switched planes, the plane it's not a school plane, so I actually have to be
But
by name put
I
on
haven't- I've
the
never
insurance
used it 'cause I'm
policy
so worried that it's
for
gonna
the
be too
plane.
dark.
Captain Aviation. I look 23. Well, Captain Aviation, thank you very much. You're my new favorite. No, he's talking about hours. AJ, what's happening? Ground Point Niner. So Quasar, when we switched planes, I had some catching up to do with the 172, and with Brad being my CFI, there's some getting used to a new CFI as well. But the last, I don't know how many flights has it been, Brad? I mean, I want to say 4 something. 4 or 5 flights, maybe even 5 flights, where we've kind of been waiting for the long cross country to do, and it's been a while. The clerical stuff has prevented that cross country from happening. So in the meantime, we've still been flying and therefore racking up hours a little bit. So, but yeah, Brad does have very, very high standards, which we talked about at the end of this flight, and is great, but it is noticeable.
What I always always say
It was
about
noticeable.
private pilot
It's not so
students,
much noticeable anymore,
you excluded because you seem to actually have
at
decent
least in
control of
terms
your
of
aircraft.
my comfort level in the plane,
Private pilot
but
students aren't actively trying to kill you. They
here,
just don't know how
here,
not
check
to.
this out.
Advisory. All aircraft reach actual runway assignment, central runway hold short
Speed 895 has the weather information in French Valley.
Contact clearance will every prior to taxi. Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform.
Information unicorn.
Information Unicom. The last time, remember that guy?
Oh boy.
The Unicom guy?
Yes, I remember that guy, also at French Valley.
What a jerk.
No, he just didn't know any better.
Charlie's checking in, we're level 6.5.
Like, you know, what I always say about private pilot students, you excluded because you seem to actually
Sea
have
Junk,
decent
thank you very much for the follow. Welcome aboard.
Level 6.5.
Like, you know, what I always say about private pilot students, you excluded because you seem to actually have decent control of your aircraft. Private pilot students aren't actively trying to kill you, they just don't know how not to.
They're not trying to.
No, they just don't know how not to.
Yeah, they don't know how not to. That's funny. That is funny.
I shamelessly stole that from my very first instructor at SIU.
Yeah.
Who just got married, actually, to one of my teammates.
Congratulations.
Well, not just, like, year and a half, 2 years ago.
176, contact approach 124.1.
All right, 24-1, 53176, see ya.
Request squawk 02.
What do you think approach is going to tell you to do when you check in?
Signal peak, squawk 0272, 5 Mike X-ray.
Proceed to signal peak, probably.
Yeah.
Mike X-ray, radar contact.
SoCal approach, Skyhawk 53176, 4500 with uniform at John Wayne.
53176, signal peak, descend your discretion.
All right, signal peak, descending at our discretion, 176.
So awesome. What do you think he's going to say? Signal peak.
Got him.
There you go, Lee.
Got him.
Cool. So signal peak means go to signal peak.
Are we okay with that little guy?
Sure.
Okay.
I am. Is there a reason I shouldn't be?
No.
Okay.
That night, that little valley looked kind of nice, though.
That should help you out with your sun issues. I don't need to see anyway, it's overrated. I fly by touch and by sound. Are you talking about that valley to the right?
Yeah, I would,
there?
you know, just to, I don't know.
Up to you, I mean, I'm not stopping you. So do you want to do some air work, or do you want to save that for if we fly sometime midweek?
Yeah,
I'm more concerned about landings and navigation.
Yeah,
because that's what you're going to be doing next. So.
Yeah, yeah. Let's get some landing.
Okay, we're at 1.1 right now,
okay.
So maybe do 3 or 4.
Yeah.
The new track log debrief is
Little
amazing.
thermal kick there.
A little bit. Yep, you're going to get another one when you come over hills here, I think. But
That's so good.
So going through that pre-solo test.
Yeah.
Which is freaking awesome, by the way. Yeah, I love it.
I used to give that one out when I was in college.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
VG.
Yes.
I think we had talked about that as best glide.
Yep.
And I've heard that as best glide before, but I've also heard it as gusty conditions. And the question that VG comes up in, I am almost certain is about gusty conditions.
What's the question?
The question is, explain how BG and BA are impacted with weight. So VG, if it was gusty, would have the same impact with weight as BA, but best glide wouldn't necessarily.
I will give you a hint. One of them is defined in the POH. The other one is not.
Yeah, VG is not defined.
Right. So VG is best glide in a 172. I have, across the 31 different types that I've flown, never seen VG referred to as gusty speed or anything like that.
Really?
Yep.
Weird.
Not in any official document.
I'll show you, because it's not anywhere in the POH.
Right.
And when, I mean, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
I'll show you the question, but...
Yes, I can tell you that the question is 100% referring to best glide. But I'm curious to see where your gusty speed comes from, because I'm not even sure what situation that would be used under.
Here's us on the return right here.
Like, what is the application of VG meaning gust speed or something?
Well, just like maximum speed in gusty conditions. You know, so if you have, you know, like maneuvering speed, the best maneuvering speed goes down the lighter the plane gets.
Right.
So that's like a structural thing that's impacted by the weight of the plane. So if you've got more mass, you know, it can handle more load for best maneuvering.
Okay.
And it seems like the gust would also include that.
Over the tower, good day, 5 Mike.
Because a gust is essentially, you know, like putting a load, you know, a cross load on the airframe.
Maybe?
Because does best glide decrease as weight decreases?
So...
Because it doesn't in the POH, but VA does. VA has the 3 published speeds.
Right, and it's linear inside that range.
Yeah, so that's kind of why I'm...
So VG does change with weight, I believe. Because your L over D max speed will change, I think. I'm going to have to look. It's going to be in the glider handbook, actually, I think. Because I had this conversation with somebody a long time ago, and I don't remember the answer to it. So let me get back to you. Let me look it up and get back to you. But for now, I don't know is the answer.
Okay.
November 5, Mike Charlie, Tower 126.
Okay, let's skip ahead here. Right into the frickin' sun.
Cessna 6 kilo, turn downwind.
Turn down 164 kilo.
Cessna 176 from 20 left, clear for the option to make left, close traffic.
All right, clear for the option 20 left, 53176.
Cool.
Throw that away for
This
now.
is a little bit of a steep angle into the downwind.
I think you're okay.
W5 Mike Charlie, safe parking.
West side parking for 5 Mike Charlie.
W5 Mike Charlie, turn right at Juliet, hold short from...
I will be happy to get that sun
Turn right at Juliet.
out of our way, though.
Go right and remain on this frequency, 5 Mike Charlie.
I'm going to kind of use that
There's the 2 buildings on Von Karman right there. Right? The weird one and the tower?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's them, so...
I was going to say I was going to use that taller one kind of as a pylon, like turned around a point.
Sure, if you want. If you want to make it more complicated than it needs to be, go for it.
72 Delta Mike holding short of 20 right at Kilo.
72 Delta Mike, John Tower, right?
That sounds like summer.
Liberty 5 Mike Charlie at Juliet, crossing 20 right, contact ground.
Juliet, cross 20 right, contact ground, 5 Mike Charlie.
32 Delta Mike at Kilo, crossing 20 right, hold short from 20 left.
At Kilo, cross 20 right, hold short of 20 left, 72 Delta Mike.
Airplane needs a new radio.
Left echo, contact ground. Good day.
All right.
Echo over to ground.
Where are we touching down? What kind of landing?
I'm going to do this normal one.
Okay.
But I'm still going to look for, like, just past Kilo.
That's good because there are still standards.
Target United 684, the visual.
It's still plus 400 minus 0. So.
20 right, continue.
20 right, continue, United 684.
32 to the mic, left turn approved from 2 left to Kilo, clear for takeoff, no delay.
Hey, helicopter.
Yeah.
72 Delta Mike, taking off 20 left at Kilo, no delay, 72 Delta Mike.
System 176, square, base turn to final.
Okay.
Okay, base turn to final, 176.
I thought he said call.
Yeah, so square it off. Don't cheat in. Square it off. That's what he was saying.
And direct to the numbers, 100.
Columbia 100, traffic 12 o'clock, 2 miles, moving helicopter 800.
Now you may turn.
Vehicle 800, looking for it.
Duke 1, traffic 2 miles west position, inbound, a Columbia 1,500 descending.
Duke 1 looking for the traffic.
God, I love this time of night at John Wayne. Look at this freaking airport.
Duke 1, traffic now 12 o'clock.
So what's your exact touchdown point?
1,500 descending Columbia.
I'm looking at, I mean, just past the discoloration.
Okay. So like the start of the stripe past it, or what?
A mile, 600 feet helicopter.
Let's just make it easy, just like the discoloration.
Okay.
I just want to hit.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I just need a specific.
Yeah,
point.
the dark part.
I can't really make a judgment on distance from around here.
Yeah. No, the hard line.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be idle like right at the numbers, right?
Yeah. You're slow, so I would hold it a little bit longer.
Okay.
Duke 1, traffic no factor.
And right about here, go idle.
Cricket 2, another Mike, radar contact, maintain VFR out below 2,400 altitude.
Okay. Needed some rudder, and you owe me $5. But other than that,
124.1, 70 Delta Mike.
That felt really smooth.
it was. It was a very good flare.
To the right, turning base, correction, turn and final for the parallel base is just 500 feet.
But it was a little cockeyed.
Yeah.
That was pretty damn smooth. That one felt.
Yeah, definitely needed some right rudder.
Felt awesome, except for the
had
tiny
you had
bit
the proper
of
amount of right rudder, you would have also had an on center line landing.
Yeah. Tower, Duke 1's at the plaza, request to cross over to the east side.
Duke 1, hold over the plaza for now.
Duke 1, hold over the plaza.
Duke 1 coming in.
Okay, so we'll do that same spot, but short field.
Okay, it's fine by me.
Okay.
Now, if you have an engine failure right now, where are you going?
That field.
Really? Not back to the runway?
System 176, when able, reset transponder, squawk VFR.
All right, squawking VFR 53176.
Good answer.
Thanks, Eddie.
I like your answer. You're not comfortable going back to the runway, so you go for the field.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly okay with that, Bill.
Okay.
Your shoes are going to get kind of wet if you do that, but, you know.
Duke cross at the tower at or above 700.
Columbia 100, say parking.
ACA East 100.
Columbia 100, turn left for hotel, hold short from a 20 left, remain this frequency.
Hotel, remain in this frequency, and hold short of 20 left.
That's a 6 foot kilo, same tensions.
Taxi to west side, please.
6 foot kilo, hold short from 20 right, remain this frequency.
Remain this frequency, hold short 20 right, 6 foot left.
Brad, I'm looking at the tracks, and the patterns were pretty much perfect. To one another. Perfect is debatable, but they were consistent was the word I'm looking for.
All right, clear for the option 20 left. We have the traffic in sight.
Even the one where we had to extend, I ended up coming back to the exact same spot. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Okay, amendment, we're going to go 1,000-foot mark.
Okay, why?
The touchdown point for that guy.
6 kilo at Juliet crossing 20 right, contact ground. Good day.
Okay.
20 right, contact ground, 642. Good day, sir. Thank you for your help.
Is that okay?
We're landing which runway?
20 left.
Good day.
Yeah, I wouldn't really worry about his wake, but...
So you think we're okay to stay
I
the
think
same?
you're just fine if you keep what you got.
Okay, cool.
There's not enough wind blowing it across to cause problems.
Yeah, okay.
And if you touch down before it, then you'll be just fine.
Yeah, all right. Then we're going for the dark stuff.
Okay.
Okay, this is a short field.
Love it. Okay, 62. We are not going to overflare. We're going to flare perfectly. Nice little wrist action.
Look at the yoke real quick. Ah, I thought so. You have too much nose up trim. That's part of why the nose is winding up too high.
Duke 1, are you doing east side patrol or you plan to clear to the east?
And Duke 1, we just got canceled. If we could go inbound pad 4 for landing.
Duke 1, roger, and continue inbound for pad 4.
Duke 1, continue inbound for pad 4.
Simulate max braking.
Yep.
And we're good. Okay, so center line was good.
Yep.
I think I made it within 200 feet.
You're about 100 feet long.
Duke 1, clear to land.
100 feet long, okay.
I'm not going to get my tape measure out, but that's kind of ballpark where I think you're at.
So I feel pretty good about that.
Yep. I think you held the power for about
176, extend 15, grab, I'll call it downwind
This is
turn.
a little high.
Okay, wait for your downwind, 53176.
Hey, bird. Whoa.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Oh, I forgot that happened. Let's go back to the landing before we look at that real quick. That'll wake you up. Okay, right here, Brad. Now I don't have speed. I actually could pull. Let's see if we can pull up the track here. We can. Okay. This is the first lap. Okay, so here we're about right here. We're just over the freeway. So that's probably pretty close. Whoa, no, that's way too fast. Okay, so we're inside of the terminal right around. We may not have enough data points to get to the exact spot that I want to, but let's just say that right here, so 140 feet, and it's saying 52 knots. That's going to be ground speed. When we can figure out what the winds were, maybe that's actually less helpful than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so we're going to get rid of that because that actually doesn't help us. Yeah. So what I was thinking is right here. Right here feels like, and that's going to cut out the video for some reason. I don't know why it has to be going. There we go. Stay put. Right here feels like I'm a little bit too high end fast-ish. And I think I could, if I was a little bit, if I was, like we had said, if I was off the power a little bit sooner, it would have been better because I'm a little high. We've got one red right there being that close. And I mean, it's bringing me right, a little bit past that spot. So I'm even that much higher for the discoloration change there. But this feels like it's just like a tiny bit too high or a little bit too fast. So same speed and a little bit lower, or this height and a little bit slower. Or maybe not necessarily slower at this point, but off the power sooner. So
got canceled. If we could go inbound pad 4 for landing.
See, like right there, yeah.
Taking inbound for pad 4.
Duke 1,
yeah, you can see right where I go power off. I'm gonna pause it right when I hit the power. Right there. So that was like, I mean, looking at it from here, that was before the numbers, but just, and I think before the numbers is too, I think this is too close, or leaving it too late to hit that as your landing spot, right? Did I miss the impossible turns? Yes. Yeah, blow minimums. But the VOD will be up, and I'm going to put up just those isolated maneuvers as a YouTube video. So I think that given how this looks right here, power off at just before the numbers to make that is leaving it too late. See, I don't have, like, I'm landing right on that stripe. It's just too much. So, like, I mean, right at the beginning, right there is really where I gotta kill it. Right here is where I gotta kill it. Like, right as the runway starts.
You set patrol, you plan to clear to the east. And Duke 1, we just got
canceled. Right.
If we could go inbound pad 4.
Power idle.
Duke 1, roger, and continue inbound for pad 4.
Duke 1, continue inbound for pad 4.
Yeah.
Simulate max braking.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you plan to clear to the
see
east.
this again. I mean, and maybe even before. Like, even if it's right there, if it's like at, I don't know what this isn't displace threshold, but we'll just call it the threshold. Even if I start it from the edge of the grass, like, what's the distance there, Brad, from the threshold to the beginning of the runway? Like, how far do we have? I mean, it's kind of hard to tell where this is. I mean, we could do Google Earth. Let's find out. Investigative. There we go. That is gigantic. Why is that so big? My places, get rid of that. Okay. And zoom in to John Wayne. Okay. All right. So there's the discoloration right before kilo that I was aiming for. So let's go here, and we're going to add a point right there. So that looks like 145 feet from the edge of the grass to the beginning of the runway, 146 feet. And to the discoloration, 445 feet. So that's probably too long. But it doesn't feel like it. I was within 50 feet, not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. So is that enough? If I pull the power 450 feet from my touchdown point, is that enough? And now let's watch that. Let's watch that in real time. You're trying to strip mine with a chisel right now. Don't math this too hard. Well, I don't want to math it too hard for the sake of mathing it too hard. We just have the ability to see exactly how far that is, because I am curious at what, like, from this angle, it obviously does not look like it's that long. So let's, time-wise, if we just kind of do it by feel and by time.
And Duke 1, we just got
power idle.
If we could go inbound pad 4 for landing.
Duke 1, roger, and continue inbound.
And I'm hitting that point almost perfectly. Okay, so I think that's pretty good, right?
Simulate max braking. Yep. And we're
the
good.
Art realm, not science.
Okay, so center line was good.
And that is true. It does change winds and everything.
I think I made it within 200 feet.
You're about 100 feet long.
100 feet long, okay.
And now let's see almost killing this bird.
That's kind of ballpark where I think you're at.
So I felt pretty good about that.
Yep, I think you held the power for about
176, extend 15 grub, I'll call it a downwind turn.
Okay, wait for your downwind, 53176.
Hey, bird. Whoa.
Go to land.
Buddy.
Anyway,
Nice.
So I think you held the power for about
So
a second too
close.
long. Maybe 2 seconds too long.
Yeah.
2 seconds too long, and
I
that checks
I
out.
can see
2
that.
seconds too long. That's exactly what it looked like.
Oh, man.
He wanted to die.
He really wanted to die.
Yep.
I think
Wind turn. Okay, wait for your downwind, 53176.
Hey, bird. Whoa.
I'll actually move I'll move this over a little bit too, because it gets even closer.
Buddy.
Anyway, so I think you held the power for about a second too long. Maybe 2 seconds too long.
Yeah.
Tape measure out, but that's kind of ballpark where I think you're at.
So
That was really
I feel
close.
pretty good about that.
Yep, I think you held the power for about
176, extend 15 grub, I'll call it downwind turn. Okay, wait for
He
your downwind,
was Spaceman
53176.
for sure.
Hey, bird. Whoa. Buddy.
That looks close
anyway, so I think you held
on
the power for
a
about
GoPro.
a second too long. Maybe 2 seconds too long.
Yeah. Yeah, I can. That was.
Nice little pattern entry.
Choose your left and
Yeah, runways do have some markings on them.
Generally, yeah.
At hotel, cross 20 left and
Anything, soft field landing. Those are kind of fun.
Tower, light sport 724 Kilo Lima, check again.
That should be an audio
Light
clip
724 Kilo
for
Lima,
subs.
Tower.
Heading 180.
Continue straight in, runway 20 right.
Straight in, 20
Whoa,
right,
hey,
Kilo
buddy.
Lima.
That is right in my noggin.
Well, just don't look at it.
Okay, that Sports Star is not going to be any factor.
What about the Cardinal on final? Forget about him.
The Cardinal on final.
Yeah, there's a Cardinal doing an ILS for 20 right? Somewhere out there.
Yeah, it's just right in your face. Okay, so this is a
I
soft.
see you have deployed the anchor.
Yes, sir. I do like that you like the squared off pattern here.
I'm just not bitching about it. That's all.
Yeah.
You know, I'm letting you do your own thing. There are times when you absolutely want to taper that pattern.
Yeah.
But this isn't one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, soft field. I felt really good about this one.
And you wind up slow.
American 2490, Geometry Lima, cross runway 20 left, hold short runway 20 right.
Okay, at Lima, cross 20 left, hold short 20 right, American 2490.
Cherokee 15832, Geometry runway 20 left at Kilo, line of open.
I think I was still a little tiny bit long.
That one doesn't matter so much. I think you would have been okay.
But center line was good.
Yep, centerline was really good. Man, you're winding up slow. You're crossing the numbers at like 52.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that's a bunch
of... Yeah, it's okay. Shoot for the middle of them. Start your turn now. Start your turn now.
Not these guys.
Yeah, you got it. Start it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Yeah, you're clear.
Okay.
Cherokee 832, fly runway heading. I'll call you.
Yeah.
20 left at Kilo.
I think you're letting yourself get low and then dragging it in with power.
4 Kilo Lima, traffic will be holding position.
Which is slightly disconcerting.
Yeah, for
4 Kilo Lima.
Attention all aircraft, Geometry Airport information. Victor is current, wind 200 at 10, altimeter 299.6.
yeah, this was an exciting flight. I didn't realize, Brad, how exciting this was.
176, we're going to be full stop on this one. We're on the west side.
American 2490, runway 20 right, line up await, traffic 4 mile final, Sports Star.
Okay,
Obviously, we fast-forwarded and kind of condensed it a little bit to make it feel a little bit more exciting, but it's a lot happened. Yeah, lots of little things I forgot to,
turn right, heading 230,
which is why doing this
radar
is
vectors
so
coast
friggin'
24
good.
ATC right 230.
7 Lima Whiskey, where do you park?
West side.
7 Lima Whiskey, turn right through at hotel, Pentagram 120.8, so long.
18.8, so long.
But I do like that. I feel, correct me if I'm wrong, that we're in largely a fine-tuning stage.
American
Which
2490, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff.
I like where I'm at.
What kind of landing?
That's 176, number 1, runway 20 left, clear to land. Traffic inside a 3-mile funnel for the pad of runways to sport.
Okay, 20 left, clear to land, and we'll look out for that traffic, 176.
44 Kilo Lima.
Let's do a short field.
The freeway for the pad of runway 20 right, clear to land.
Runway 20 right, clear to land, looking for traffic 4 Kilo Lima.
44 Kilo Lima, what's your destination on the airport?
On the west side.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep the, you know, to not come in too high and have, you know, some power setting that's, you know, a little bit normal, you know, the 1500 coming in 65 knots.
Yeah, I think you're just, because you're well below 1500 right now,
yeah.
I think that's part of the problem is you're not letting yourself, like, you're not establishing a consistent power setting. You're letting it sink into the groove that you want, and then adding power to keep it there. Yeah, and when you add power to keep it there, you're winding up, you know, winding up low, inevitably.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that's part of it. Like, this glide path is perfect.
Okay.
You'll need some power to keep it on this glide path, but your speed looks on the faster side, but good.
Yeah. On the faster side, especially for a short field.
Now see how you're starting to dip in a little bit?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Okay. Just kind of keep the nose a little bit. Keep the nose happy right there. 65, but with 65 here is fine.
That's totally cool.
Yeah, especially even for a short field, that's totally fine. And now I'm at 62.
Yeah, exactly.
Over the grass, 62.
Notice how you're slowly pulling back?
Yeah.
Be really careful with that.
Yeah.
Because you're going to wind up slow over the numbers again, and see how you're sinking in?
Yeah.
Which is fine for a short field, but for any other kind of landing, be very careful. Because now you're at 57.
Yeah.
Okay, you're good. You're good. You got it.
87, German Terra Lima, cross runway 20 left, hold short, runway 20 right.
Oh, money.
Lima, cross 20.
Oh, overflared it.
20 right.
You had it, you overflared it. Should have just let the airplane land.
That still was within the distance because it was so perfect, I think, from the beginning.
I'd call that within 200, but you would have been like plus 20.
Yeah.
That's 176, turn right at Juliet, hold short, runway 20 right, remain.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be soft.
Okay, right at Juliet, short of 20 right, staying with you, 53176.
November 650, Golf Papa, German Terra, runway 20 right, continue, traffic will be holding position.
Okay, hold short of the right, right side's clear. Or actually, right side's not clear, there's one cardinal out. Whatever
so how was that?
That thing's out there.
Doors.
You're sabotaging yourself, Bill. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Just let the airplane land.
Found it. Found the ground. I love that one.
Whoa, much better though, I think, than Bello, especially the last one.
Yeah, I think like you did great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But damn it, just let it land.
587, traffic's out of 7-mile funnel, Challenger, runway 20 right, line up await, additional traffic crossing downfield.
Cool. Well, that was fun, right? I had fun. I had a good time. Yeah, just a little bit too much flare. We'll get it perfect. Striving for perfection, which is the tagline that my old company picked that got us sued. Awesome. Okay, let's go to French Valley and do some crazy crap. Right. Let's get throttle cracked a little bit, get our beacon on. Fuel. Good. Parking brake set. Come on, Ripack. You can do it. You can do it, little buddy. Do we have fuel? Oh, I hate this. If you set the fuel before you spawn the plane, it actually will not take. You have to do it after. Or using this little guy. But now we have fuel. I don't think that was the reason for the non-start, but don't F with me, rep pack. Yeah, I did prime. But this thing is up to its old tricks. What clicked for me is watching other people do it when I was holding short. You'd see this archer coming in and they look like they're going to land perfect. Then 10 feet over the runway, they raise the nose and balloon up. They didn't raise the nose, it would have been perfect. Let's pull that guy out. Get speed, RPMs down. Avionics on. There we go. Okay. 260. What is our ATIS?
Alpha. John Wayne Airport, ATIS information Alpha. 0353 Zulu. Wind 190 at 7. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 19. Dew point 15. Altimeter 29901. Arriving and departing runways 20 left, 20 right. Visual approaches in use. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Alpha.
Alpha. All right, let's move her up here. Probably use the same
Downwind ground, Cessna 3045 Victor
notepad as the real one.
Alpha, taxi to 20 right.
3045 Victor, downwind ground, squawk mode Charlie, runway 20 left at Kilo, taxi via Alpha, Hotel Charlie.
We'll taxi via Alpha, Hotel Charlie, and I should be squawking Charlie now on 6114.
The 45 Victor, roger, runway 20 left at Kilo, taxi via Alpha, Hotel Charlie.
Requesting 20 right. Would you like me to hold short at 20 left?
November 45 Victor, runway 20 right, taxi via Alpha, Hotel Charlie. Hold short of runway 20 left at Kilo.
We'll taxi via Alpha, Hotel Charlie. I'm sorry, say that again, please.
November 3045 Victor, runway 20 right at Kilo, taxi via Alpha, Hotel, Charlie, Kilo.
Birds.
Hold short, runway 20 left at Kilo.
So sorry, so taxi via Alpha, Hotel, Charlie, Kilo, hold short at 20 left, for 20 right.
New type? You didn't tell me about that?
Just need a call sign with the readback is all.
So sorry, 3045 Victor.
Joe and Clarence, good evening. Skyhawk 53176 with information Alpha. We'd like flight following to French Valley at 5,500 via the El Toro departure, please. Oh. Got it. Yep. You did tell me about that.
Skyhawk 53176, Joe and Clarence, good evening. After departure, fly heading 080. Maintain VFR at or below 3,000 until advised. Departure frequency 128.1. Squawk 0251.
Okay, and departure left heading 080, out of below 3,000, departure frequency 128.1, squawking 0251 53176.
Skyhawk 53176, reback correct.
Okay, 20.
Tower clearance coming 81041, west ramp
Okay.
with Alpha, requesting IFR clearance to Palomar.
There is 02.
November 6nd November, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change.
And Brad, I need, of course, all the pictures and also some flight information so I can follow along.
Grumman 81041, cleared to the Palomar Airport. After departure, flight heading 175.
Okay.
Expect radar vectors Victor 23, Venice filed. Maintain 5,000. Departure frequency 128.1. Squawk 5355.
101 upon departure, heading 175, vectors Victor 23 as filed, 5,000, 128.1, 5355, 81041.
Grumman 81041, reback correct.
Joey Ground Skyhawk 53176 over at ACI West, taxi with Alpha.
Skyhawk 53176, John Wayne ground, runway 20 right at Kilo, taxi via Bravo.
Bravo Kilo 20 right 53176. And ground 53176. We'd like to depart 20 left once we get there, but we'll hold short. Yeah, we're gonna for sure go. We're gonna depart the left side. Yeah.
Runway ground, Grumman 81041,
Nice,
west
below
ramp ready
minimums.
taxi with Alpha.
Grumman 81041, John Wayne ground, runway 20 right at Kilo, taxi via Bravo.
And
20
we're
right at Kilo via Bravo 041.
not going to do a run up. Right, Bobble Bill? This is a fake plane, so we should not experience
45
any
Victor ground.
issues with not doing a run up, right?
Victor,
Yeah.
John Wayne ground.
Exactly.
SQ haven't begun your taxi yet. Do you need a moment?
You know, I think I'm going to regroup and start over again. I think I'm a little disorganized, and I think it'd be prudent to just take another moment and try again.
Remember 45 Victor, Roger, cancel your taxi and then just let me know when you're ready.
I will cancel that, and thank you. I will come back in about 15 minutes. Thanks so much. 45 Victor.
It's good, though.
Bill's one of my favorite guys to yell at.
Oh, Marcus. Miss you. Countdown for Flight Sim Expo 2020 has begun. Okay, let's flip over.
Approaching runway 20 right.
German Tower Skyhawk 53176, short 20 right at Kilo.
Sky 53176, Charlie Tower, cross runway 20 right at Kilo, hold short runway 20 left.
Alright, crossing 20 right at Kilo, hold short 20 left, 53176.
Entered runway 20 right.
Got it. Got it.
5,300 feet remaining.
Thank you, sweetheart. I wish I could play these when you were offline. Well, if I'm home and the computer is on and I'm able to, I can fire it up, so it is possible.
Request flight following to Burbank at 7500 with information hotel.
DF boss.
Number 445 Sierra.
Happy Monday.
Clearance standby.
Joey Tower Skyhawk 53176, holding short 20 left at Kilo.
Sky 53176, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 left at Kilo, cleared for takeoff.
Alright, clear for takeoff 20 left at Kilo 53176. lights, camera, action. Let's do soft field.
right at kilo, runway 041.
Clear to the left, clear to the right. Let's not hit any birds tonight. Where's the line? See that nose popped up really quick. Get some speed, Bill.
Number 445.
Boss, you missed it. The debrief video from the real life flight. We really got close to hitting a bird.
Santa Barbara approach 120.55, squawk 5403.
There is one of my favorite places in the world, the ACI jet balcony. That's where I do those streams from, is from that balcony.
120.55,
by the way.
Squawk 5403, 445.
Really close.
Grumman 1041 on way 20 right, clear for takeoff.
20 right kilo, clear for takeoff 041.
Sky 176, radar contact, altitude.
We're climbing through 600 to 176.
Sky 176, contact, so departure.
Departure 176, 0. SoCal, good evening, Skyhawk 53176, climbing through 800, restricted 3000.
Sky 53176, SoCal departure, resume on navigation, climb VFR, your discretion.
Alright, ONAV 176.
Grumman 041, contact SoCal departure.
So I get out of my... Cool. Alright, so we're going up to 5,500. Keep a nice climb going. Do a little after landing flow here. How did that do that? I don't like that. Good.
Diamond 445, Sierra November, Santa Barbara ground. Runway 25.
How was that takeoff, Bobble Bill? Was that pretty good? Pretty apathetic usually, so that's fine. Not gonna get much out of him. Yeah, when you can tell something is close on a GoPro and GoPro footage, it's really close. That is no joke. Mr. Torbinator, happy Monday to you and all of Torb's friends. Welcome everybody from Torbinator Stream. We are now on our way to the virtual French Valley after checking out the footage of the real French Valley, where Brad so kindly demoed a rejected takeoff at 50 feet and an engine out at 500 feet and a return to the runway. We did the impossible turn, which Brad is going to be rebranding as the improbable turn, because there are situations where it is possible, and we did it. So welcome everybody from Torbinator Stream if you're new to the channel, and frankly anyone that's not from Torb Stream but also new to the channel. My name is Bill. I fly 53176, which looks identical to this, just does not have the nose gear wheel pants. And I fly right here. This is John Wayne. We are just over Irvine. That is the 405 freeway right below. That's right there, and that actually is kind of a cool looking shot. But yeah, so my CFI Brad and I went to French Valley yesterday evening, and we did some emergency demo stuff, which was super fun. And we're going to go try it in the simulator now that we did it in the real world, and see how closely the dynamics of the Rep Pack Cessna match with what we did in the real plane. And we're going to start to lean this thing out because we need power. We want to get to French Valley quickly. And this is a pretty quick flight, so we don't have to wait very long. There is Toro. Alright, how is everyone's Monday going? Or been? Maybe been for most of you. How has your Monday been? Because we are rapidly approaching the end. I have Thursday and Friday off, thank God. So today is my Monday, Wednesday, and tomorrow is my Tuesday, Thursday. Which is really some exciting stuff. And hopefully we'll be doing the long cross country this weekend, which will be freaking awesome. The rest of the week is my weekend.
Skyhawk 7257 Papa Chino ground.
You lucky son of a gun. What was the frequency? I can't remember what the frequency was. 340.
November 57 Papa, roger, runway 26.
We actually might not get
Alpha.
a
Papa, cross runway 21.
That's true. Yeah. Flying is not cheap. Pretty little ortho down there. South Orange County. Sweet minimums. Where in Europe are you going?
Cessna 6 Echo November, Palomar Tower, make right traffic, runway 24, report midfield.
But yeah, so welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight.
If you guys do like these videos, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. Also subscribe to the channel.
Thank you very much. This climb out into cruise is brought to you unbeknownst to him by Steve-O1 Knievo. Thank you, Steve-O. That's cutting it pretty close, minimums. You better get studying, dude. That should go a long way, though. London, Manchester, Edinburgh, Dublin. That sounds like a friggin' fun trip, dude. Really fun trip. Nice, dude. You're almost there. Almost friggin' there. And we're getting closer and closer to French Valley, which is great. This is almost to Rancho Santa Margarita, which is one of my favorite places to go in Orange County. Where is that road? I think it's right there, actually. Yeah. Yeah, so this road right here, this is a nice twisty road all the way back here. Super fun. It goes over this crest here, and then there is a awesome biker bar right there. And then you take that road all the way back down into Orange. But yeah, you come up through here. This little bend right here is super fun. Tight little switchback, and then you end up right here. This is Rancho Santa Margarita, and that's actually well placed. Gas station there, and a couple of really cool restaurants right on this little reservoir right here, right there. Where do these clouds come from? Get the hell out of here, clouds. Oh crap, and I've been climbing this whole time. climbing, looking at the scenery, and this thing really wants to climb. So we're going to lose all of this altitude. There.
Falcon 6 Echo November, runway 24, clear to land.
Yeah, that sounds like a really fun trip, man. Oh, man. Yeah, getting some cooler temperatures will be really nice.
Grumman 81041, contact SoCal approach 119.6. 119.6.
That is warm. Warm! Gets pretty hot in these rhinos. For bonus points, who knows what that movie is.
SoCal approach, Grumman 81041, level 5000.
Duluth Duke. Happy Monday, welcome in. And also, Duluth, thank you for the follow. Don't know why you have the come through, but I see it over here, and
I'd like the ILS 24 full approach promotion side.
7041 Roger, cross shows inside of 5,000, clear ILS runway 24 approach.
Okay, cross approach inside 5,000, clear ILS 24 approach, 041.
Stack 53176, traffic is your 8 moving 9 o'clock, 2 miles. Same direction, altitude indicates 4,200, type unknown.
Okay, we'll be looking for that traffic, 53176.
Stack 176, contact SoCal approach 134.0.
Alright, 340-176. SoCal Skyhawk 53176, 5,500.
Skyhawk 53176, SoCal approach, Roger, French Valley, altimeter 2996.
Okay, 2996, 53176, thanks. Totaling up my logbook right now, I haven't done it since I finished my PPO. Yeah, I gotta get my 4 flight updated with the last flight too. And I gotta edit together some clips so we can have those cool emergency procedures. And so we have that traffic inside 176.
Skyhawk 176, Roger.
I don't see the N number on that guy, but he definitely was buzzing that nature, that wilderness area, so be advised.
Skyhawk 53176, Roger. And 176, there's additional traffic, 9 o'clock, 5 miles, southeastbound, altitude indicates 3,900, appears to be inbound Lake Elsinore.
Okay, we'll be looking for that traffic as well, 53176. And we've got him inside as well, 176.
Roger, thanks. Just let me know if we need any further citizens arrest.
Roger that. Everyone seems to be behaving as of right now.
Well, I know you're in town. We're 5 Sierra November, radar contact.
Oh, there he is.
Contact Santa Barbara departure.
Yeah, there's a wilderness area right over here, so like the minimum altitude is like 6,000 or something if you're further up here. So that guy actually, I think, was within that wilderness area.
Sierra November, climbing.
Ceremonial Melon, Bill is fantastic. How are you doing?
1500.
How's Melon?
Number 445 Sierra November, Santa Barbara departure.
Plane spotting.
Roger, M1 navigation, climb VFR. Your
there's that cool airport.
Resume navigation.
Kind of on that what do you call it? Spit.
November 6
That, I mean, it's not really. I don't know. that little breakwater thing. I actually have family that lives pretty close to the drawbridge, right on the lakeside. And that airport does look pretty cool.
Skyhawk 176, that previously issued traffic is now just over the south side of the lake, converging out to indicates 3,100.
Converging. Okay, troubling but negative on the traffic. Will be looking 53176. Should be south end of the lake. Okay. And we've got that traffic inside 176.
Skyhawk 176, Rudder.
Is he going to be landing? He's like banking hard to the left there. That looks good. It's not a cloud. I can see through it. And SoCal, we've got French Valley inside as well. And we'd like to cancel flight following 176.
Skyhawk 53, 176, Rudder, radar service terminated. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved today.
Squawking and talking VFR, frequency change approved. See ya! 176.
See ya.
And B. 22-8. French Valley traffic, White Skyhawk is 10 to the west, descending through 5,400. We're going to enter a left downwind for 18 crossing over the field, French Valley. Pilots are requested to maintain a minimum of 2,000 feet above the surface for the following: national parks, monuments, lakeshore, yeah. Requested. No, I know requested. Yeah, you like that, Duluth? Mr. Finbar, oh crap, was kind enough to create that. He did the livery for the plane and added this in there as well. It's requested below minimums, but I like my wilderness areas to be respected. Okay? Any hotshot barren pilots buzzing the condors or whatever. Yeah, they did try to mess up our wing. Yeah, it should be in his permanent record on PilotEdge. That drone needs to be reprimanded for his actions. French Valley traffic, White Skyhawk is 5 to the west, crossing over the field, and left downwind for 18, French Valley. Yeah, heading, it was a drone, which is why I even said anything, because Brandon will take action on that drone. Get the Parks Department and give them a call. Bill, the Civil Air Patrol. That would be kind of cool to be Civil Air Patrol. Ooh, that's actually a good idea. Civil Air Patrol 172 SoCal ZLA PilotEdge, and just go around busting people. That would be friggin' hilarious. We might have to make that a thing. We'll get like a fake mustache, some aviators, and we'll cruise around like cops. Definitely might have to do that. Do they use just a regular registration, or do they actually say like Civil Air Patrol or something? Car 54. Yeah, we've got some speeders, meow. Just do laps in the SFRA, looking for guys busting the Bravo. They say cap and a number. All right, there's got to be a Civil Air Patrol livery, right, for the default 172. Oh, dude, let's do that. I think that would be a really fun stream to do. We'll get the particulars on what their operations are. We'll get the livery and have some fun, like on a busy PilotEdge night or something. That would be pretty cool. Come down a little bit more here. Okay, final is good. We don't have any legacy jets coming in here. I was in the cap down in Florida. He was correct. Cool. So we'll have cap and like a number. Probably an inappropriate number, just for the fun of it. French Valley traffic, white Skyhawk crossing over the field, entering left downwind for 18 French Valley. That's kind of what I was thinking of. Yeah, cap 69. I think 69 might be a little bit too much, but yeah, cap 69 would be pretty good. Unless they use 4 and we have to use 4. But if it's just at least or at most 4, cap 69 would be pretty good. French Valley traffic, Skyhawk, turning left downwind 18, French Valley. Damn, that looks real. Okay, there's a beam. Let's get the first notch of flaps. We're a little tiny bit far out, but not too bad. French Valley traffic, white Skyhawk, left base 18 French Valley. Two coming up there. Okay, another sanity check on the gumps. So we got mixtures, we got power, we got flaps, we got lights. French Valley traffic, Skyhawk turning final 18, full stop French Valley. A little cockeyed there. I kind of turned a little early. Kind of turned way early. Alright, so beginning of the 1,000-foot marker.
French Valley traffic, Sky 7257 Pablo's over Lake Elsinore, 3,700 inbound, French Valley.
Whoa. Sorry about the center line there. But we're going to make the correct taxiway. Okay. Still over flare. That was a mess. Look at that. Taxiway just looks exactly the frickin' same, dude. God, that's so awesome. I love it when the sim does what it's supposed to do. French Valley traffic. Skyhawk is taxiing back for 18 French Valley. Yeah, well, I just started the turn in way too early and was fakakted. And heading back. Okay, so we have our traffic coming in from Lake Elsinore, so he's going to be a while. So let's go down to the run-up. Yeah, my rotor pedals are so old, there's just like no spring in them at all. Alright. Pull into the run-up here. God, this is so cool. For those of you that are still watching from having seen this in the debrief, just looks freaking weird how close it is to the real thing. Let's take a look at this here.
An emergency return to this runway.
Like, look at this.
Cool.
With the tailwind.
With the tail.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready.
I have the controls.
Your controls.
Okay.
Look at that.
And I have the radios as well. Okay.
How cool is that?
Charlie,
heading
172,
180, thank you so much, man.
Runway 18, we're going to have an engine failure on takeoff at 50 feet.
Contact Dunway Tower 126.8. Good day. 126.8. See ya.
Yeah, right. Okay, heat lights, ignitions are all on. Let's see, your panel doesn't apply in this airplane. I have good brakes. So we're using every single inch of this runway. Ready?
Yep.
Here's 18. Here we go. All set.
2nd November, left crosswind for left downwind departure northbound.
French Valley traffic, Sky 7257 Papa, 2,800, about 5 miles to the west, going to overfly the field, and then enter a left downwind runway 18.
Power out.
French Valley.
Nose down, full flaps, slip. Touch it down.
So a little flat.
Hard on the brakes.
Look how much runway we used.
A lot of it. Jesus.
And that's dumping full flaps immediately and a slip.
Wow.
Granted, I'm not overly hard on the brakes. I didn't force it on the ground immediately. I kind of let it fly onto the
Looks
ground.
pretty good, Melon, doesn't it?
That's 6,000 feet of runway used.
Yeah. And a 172. Yeah.
So what does that tell you?
We turned off right before
you that you
the
have
runway
not
extension.
a lot of time to make that decision. You have to keep the runway length for whatever airport you're at in mind. 20 left, is going to have a different considerations than this place.
Right.
If we're at Fallbrook, this is going to be very difficult.
Right. So, here's the takeaway that I want you to understand. When people talk about no runway remaining, think about how long they're waiting to declare no runway remaining. We just used 6,000 feet with a 10-knot headwind.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much as soon as you're through about 10 feet in a 172 off of 20 left, you're out of runway. Like, you're going to be on taxiway alpha.
Yeah. So. Now, you obviously knew that it was coming, so when you pulled the power, you were automatic,
instant push forward, full flaps, dump everything.
Yeah, you were anticipating it.
Right.
But, when you're not anticipating it, well, let me put it this way. How often of a failure are you going to have where the engine does fail to that extreme, like where it's off?
Very few engine failures are full engine failures. Usually you'll have some amount of power left.
Yeah.
If it is a full engine failure, it's
awesome,
friggin' catastrophic.
Right, you've got a
piston has departed the engine.
Yeah, you've thrown a rod.
Yeah, exactly. So when that happens, then yeah, it's like you've lost all power, obviously.
Yeah.
Those are rare.
So So in a kind of a you know, less rare, more partial engine failure or.
Okay, so let's check this out. I think our friend is still not over the field yet. French Valley traffic, White Skyhawk is departing 18. We're gonna have an engine failure at 50 feet and land on 18 and vacate the runway, French Valley.
French Valley traffic, Skyhawk 7257 Papa is over the field at 3000. We'll head out eastbound ways and give you some room before you enter left down 18 French Valley.
Oh, we should be good. We should be good. We're just about ready to roll here. We should have plenty of time.
Sounds good.
Okay, so here is the runway. Let's go. Make sure it's full. Let's get actually on the center line. Oh god, not a rudder tank slapper. Okay, here we go. It's going to kind of ruin everything a little bit, but that looks fine. Okay, 1,300 feet. There's 60. There's 50 feet. Full flaps. We just missed it. We just missed it. So that little screw around at the beginning, that did us in. So we will try that again. Try not to get a tank slapper going, and we will like V1 taxi back. French Valley traffic, Skyhawk is clear of 18, taxiing back to 18 French Valley. Yeah, flaps came down immediately. Nose went down immediately. Yeah, loves to fly, hates to land. But I think we could have made it had I not
French Valley traffic, Skyhawk 7257 Papa's on the 45,
around.
runway 18 French Valley.
Just like the ground physics on this is not great. We also don't have that 10 knot straight headwind like we had in the real plane as well. This looks like it's a pretty good right angle crosswind. So that doesn't help at all. And it also doesn't help that I'm taxiing on the grass as I'm trying to do multiple things at the same time. Come on, get out of there. I doubt you would want a plane that doesn't love to fly. That's really funny. It's a little bit on the annoying side that a 172 likes to fly too much. It really makes it a pain in the ass sometimes.
Pull up. Pull up.
Cod Tark? Did I get that right? Thank you very much for the follow, man. Welcome aboard, and I appreciate it. All right, where's our friend here? We're gonna do this one more time.
Traffic, Skyhawk 7257 Papa is turning left base runway 18 French Valley.
Oh yeah, tons of time. Tons of time. All right, so we got to make that first or that second to last.
French Valley traffic, Skyhawk 7257 Papa is turning final runway 18 French Valley.
What is that? Bravo, taxiway Bravo. Okay, while we're waiting for him to land, let's check this out again.
Ready?
Yep.
Here's 1-8. Here we go. All set.
2nd November, left crosswind for left downwind departure northbound.
Okay, we're up. 50 feet. Power off. Nose down, full flaps, full slip. There's taxiway Charlie. So you're down just past Charlie.
So a little flat. Look how much runway we used.
A lot of it. Jesus.
And that's dumping full flaps immediately and a slip.
Wow.
Granted.
Okay, and he's clear of the runway. French Valley traffic, Skyhawk is going to be departing 1-8. We're going to have an engine failure at 50 feet and land straight ahead, French Valley. Okay, now let's actually do this where we don't have to screw around. Yeah, he did everything faster. Okay, 1-8, full power. And we're flying. $50 feet. Full flaps. Full slip. Yikes. So I don't know which one is this. Oh yeah, okay. So that was about right there. So there's our taxiway Bravo, even though it's listed as Alpha 4 here. Faster, yeah, but rockier for sure. Much better. Legendary at what though? Ceremonial Melon. I did make Flight Sim best this week, so that is not to be taken lightly. And I have a bobblehead. Yeah. Brad has 750 hours in a 172, and I have 25. So, yeah, Brad does not have a bobblehead. See? He does have his name in the plane, though. So he does have that. He's got that going for him, which is nice. Where's our friend? Where'd he go? Ceremonial Melon has negative 0.5738 hours in airplane. It's not even mad. It's amazing. This taxi is taking far too long. Let's get this show on the road here. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, there's our Cessna friend. Looks like he's pulling into his parking spot. Hello, High Wing. There's our buddy. All right. Now let's check out the impossible, but somehow possible turn. High Wing, you'll enjoy this.
impossible. I'll show you it today.
Okay.
The problem you're going
What's
to
up,
have with an
Bubonic?
impossible turn, again, is having too much energy. Most people think, you know, okay, 500 feet, engine failure, return to the airport. It's going to be this nice gradual turn back around. It's aggressive. It is an aggressive maneuver, and you'll see why.
What's up, Peanut?
Basically, if you do the nice gradual turn back around, standard rate or 10 degrees of bank or whatever some people who have never done it tell you to do,
you're going to overshoot the angle.
You're going to run out of runway, or you're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to lose too much altitude in the turn. The goal is to get turned around as fast as you possibly can and get back on runway heading as soon as practical.
Okay.
Okay?
And we're going to be at pretty decent speeds, but still slower speeds, and if you make it too tight, like you have to, the stall speed is going to increase the tighter the turn is.
Yes.
So you do have to be careful not to.
So my 60-degree bank stall speed's
below
about 60
minimums.
knots.
Thank
So it's
you
kind of
for the
an easy
gifted
way
sub
remember
to
that. So
Pilot
don't go slower than
Peanut
60
Butter.
in your turn.
Pilot
won't be
Peanut
all the way
Butter.
at 60. We'll
Welcome,
probably
dude.
be like 45, 50 degrees, but it's an emergency. I'm showing you kind of how it works, right?
Yeah.
And we will have an
So the
updated
engine is
audio
going to
cue
fail
for
at
that
1800. Radio check 5x5.
by the next stream.
Yeah, the engine's going to fail at 1800. I'm
Flight
going
Sim
to make
Pilot,
a
what's
right
happening,
turn back
dude?
to the runway.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
Happy Monday.
French
Happy
Valley
Monday,
traffic,
everybody.
The 172 is departing runway 18. We're going to have an engine failure at 500 feet and return to runway 36 at French Valley. Okay. I got brakes, heat lights, ignitions are all on, no ignitions.
Peanut Butter
or
is a
heats
good.
in this plane.
He's a good dude.
Tell I've been flying the jet.
I fly with a David Clark.
1702 Echo is taxiing from
And
Jetport
I
to runway
love
18
it.
for Charlie.
I love it. How dare you? Oh frick! Broken seat.
And you want the mixture in that?
Yeah, it's alright. Okay. It's fine where it's at.
Okay, here's the impossible turn.
Power set. Speed's alive. Little gusty, but not too much.
That was a nice takeoff.
Brakes, thank you. I've done it a timer 1,000.
Yeah, you got 820s. I still haven't even tried
Yeah,
Brad's
so we're
820s
climbing
yet.
out, looking good.
He has like 5 sets of them or something. And I like my David Clark.
There's 1500. Just making a nice straight out departure here.
Yep.
Pilot Peanut Butter,
Runway
this
heading
is
until pattern altitude or
the
whatever it
impossible
is for
turn. We're
normal
going to kill the
departure,
power at 500 feet.
So we've got some terrain and some obstacles here to my right. I may change the game plan and go left. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go left with it.
Okay, hold on to your butts.
Oh yeah. There's 1700.
I'm in the left seat. Brad is flying right now.
Doesn't look like we're that high.
No, we're not. There's 1800, ready?
1800 ready.
French Valley traffic, the 172 is returning to runway 36, French Valley. Just slightly keeping it unloaded here.
Okay, our airspeed is plenty fast.
There's full flap.
Full flaps on the turn. Going right to the numbers. Okay.
This is at French Valley.
We do have a 10-knot tailwind.
Okay, so he lands
Now it's
just past the discoloration,
We're-
or at least
we're
he's
too fast.
close.
Ton of energy, right?
Yeah.
We're
With a
still
10-knot
flying,
tailwind.
flying.
I mean, the airspeed is still, we're gonna stop
But
flying
we're like
soon,
in
but
ground effect at the discoloration.
Congratulations, you survived the impossible turn. See how impossible it is?
Yeah.
Improbable.
Super improbable.
So the margins
You're
are
in the Temecula area,
extremely
Flight Sim?
tight. You heard the stall horn when we were in that turn.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And how much runway did we use?
Yeah.
5,000 feet.
A lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah, he probably did a little bit of a
you heard the
slip, but I mean, we had
With a 10-knot tail.
little. Yeah, a little
Now
bit.
what's the problem?
We're too fast.
Ton of energy, right?
Yeah.
With a 10-knot tailwind.
Yeah. I mean, the airspeed.
Okay, so there's that. Let's try it. Okay, cool, nice. Yeah, that's a awesome airport. Okay. French Valley traffic, Skyhawk is departing 1-8. We're gonna have an engine failure at 500 feet and return back to 3-6 French Valley.
Either you're a prophet or this happens every day for you.
I really hope it never happens. Alright, so 1,800 feet, we're gonna kill the power. So we're up. Hit the brakes. Get into a nice climb. You guys can't see. There you go. Sorry. $1,500 feet. Oh, where's the runway? 1,600. Yeah, here we go. Is it gonna work? We are not that high. 1,800 feet. You ready? Power off. French Valley traffic, Skyhawk is returning to 36 French Valley. I have a feeling that this is not going to work. I think we're significantly lower, but we also have enough energy that we might be okay. There's a discoloration. Yeah, we're going, and there's no flaps either. Oh. That was a little bit more sketch than when Bradley did it, but no, yeah, I never established best glide, but you want to be faster because best glide is going to, yeah, I mean, I tried to match the speeds that Brad was doing basically, and we were, you know, in that like 60 range through the turn, and then keep the nose down to keep as much speed up as possible to get there. French Valley traffic, Skyhawk is taxi back to 18. At 500 feet, we're told to land straight, which isn't a great option depending on what runway we're on. Yeah, well, it depends on the situation and the plane and the airport and all that stuff. We made it. I think the climb, I don't know, there was something different about the profile of that versus what we did in the real world, but that was best glide, yes, but at 45-degree bank angle changes, you want to be faster. Yeah, so you want to get the nose down, get going faster, because you're gonna, when you're banking to try to make that turn, you're gonna want to be much faster. So that's where I think the difference is just not having the depth perception in the simulator. I probably let the nose come down a little bit too much, got a little bit faster than I needed to be, and therefore got a little bit lower than I needed to be. So I think that's probably what happened there. But yeah, it's very different. It's very different, yeah. And that's part of doing this exercise too, is to see what the differences are. So we did it in the real world and did it in the sim, see where the landing spots are, where they're different, where they're the same, you know, all that kind of stuff. So let's see. Let's see. After the turn, you were straight and level at 80 knots. Too low. You could have raised the nose. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, minimums. You're right on that. French Valley traffic, Skyhawks departing 18. Again, going to have an engine failure 500 and return for landing 36 French Valley. And let's see if we can do this a little bit more comfortably altitude-wise. did not feel like we were so low. Okay, so there is 55. Brakes. Climb is good. There is 1500. There's 1600. Yeah, it's a little gnarly, even when someone doing it, or the person doing it knows what they're doing. There is 1800. Okay, power off. French Valley traffic. White Skyhawk returning 3-6 French Valley. Yeah, see, I let the nose come down a little bit too much there, and I can see it in the speed, and I can also see it in the just in the altitude. But that is also better. That is better, significantly better. There's 3-6. We've got plenty of speed. Still a little bit low. We're pushing 80 there, but and we also have to remember too that there's no I mean, we had a 10 knot tailwind here too, so it was like pushing us towards the runway a lot quicker than what we're getting here. The wind is really not much, so that was better. I didn't let the nose come down as much. That was better. I don't know about Melon. I don't know about textbook, but that was much better. I still could have kept the nose up a little bit more, but that was pretty good. The wind can screw.
French Valley traffic, Skyhawk 257 Papa is holding short runway 18 for left close traffic, French Valley.
French Valley traffic. The Skyhawk is clear of 3-6 at Alpha 2, French Valley. Okay.
French Valley traffic, Skyhawk 7257 Papa is taking runway 18 left close traffic, French Valley.
Is that just some random person doing pattern work, or is that one of you guys watching the stream? It's nice to have traffic that knows what they're doing as well. Got my buddy introduced to GPS. He's got 700 hours by flying slant uniforms line Alpha. He now flies an F33 Bonanza. That's awesome. Both an insult and a compliment. That's awesome, dude. That is freaking sweet. Do you ever go on VATSIM? I have been on VATSIM maybe a couple of times, but not a whole lot. PilotEdge is because I fly in this area. You know, I really don't venture out of SoCal. So when I'm flying, it's in SoCal. Excuse me, and it's GA, which I feel like PilotEdge, especially in ZLA, is more general aviation friendly. Wasn't Spock gonna be a fun? Whoops. So I usually just stick with PilotEdge, but I have been on VATSIM, and it's just not the type of
French Valley traffic, Skyhawk 7257 Papa is turning left downwind runway 18 French Valley.
Not the type of flying that I'm really into, so just don't do it that much. Flight Sim Pilot, I actually did squawk 7500 last week when the frequencies were so busy I couldn't get a clearance into the Charlie, and just squawked 7500, turned off all of the 7600, and turned off all of the avionics and landed. Yeah, VATSIM is good for tube liner stuff. But yeah, I mean they don't replicate the procedures of the airports that I fly anything near like PilotEdge does. Tomorrow going to be safety pilot to shoot some approaches with another guy in a 172 with no GPS. Might fly into Fullerton for coffee. Sweet, dude. Yeah, well, if you're in, well, you might be flying right over me. That'd be kind of cool. That's awesome. Hi, Wing. Thanks for hanging out, man. I want to be an airline pilot, so I fly up there. Okay, yeah, cool. Well, yeah, if you want to be an airline pilot and you want to get that early repetition of that whole system, then VATSIM is great to be able to fly to different airports, different Bravos, and get that experience. That's awesome. I fly over my house every time I go to the South practice area. That's cool. There's a VFR corridor through the Bravo directly over my house. Nice, dude. That's awesome. I've only flown over my house once at night, and I want to do it again where I can actually see it, but it is in a kind of a precarious spot to do that type of sightseeing.
French Valley traffic, 7257 Papa's turning final runway 18 French Valley.
All right, let's check this out. Let's check out this landing. If you're watching, we're going to be watching you as well. So let's see how he does here. Name is anonymous. All right. Not that I was going to dox you anyway, but notable. Connection's a little choppy. You're going to be on the 1,000-foot marker. Ooh, that connection is really lame. He's all over the place. But that looked like it was nice. Is he going to make the taxiway there? No, he's going to get the next one. Oh, touch and go.
And French Valley traffic, Sky 7257 Papa is departing to the south, French Valley.
Awesome. Yeah, it's another pilot on the network. That's cool. Cool. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much. This was really fun to go over. I learned a lot from doing those emergency procedures with Brad. And it's good to go into the sim and see how the plane handles those emergencies in the simulator as well. So that is some great information, and I am going to do some more debriefing on the track, whatever you call that, on ForeFlight with the track log. So I'm gonna look at that a little bit more, and yeah, look forward to hopefully getting the solo cross country done this weekend. My only criticism is IRL, if your engine failed, you'd likely have 5 seconds of reaction time before you would think to turn around. Below minimums, exactly, and we did talk about that. That is a huge benefit to know. I mean, it's power idle, turn back. There's no question that is the difference for sure. The other thing to consider as well is the altitude, and we're killing the power at 500 feet and immediately turning, because we know that at 500 feet, making that decision, you can get back. So imagine if you lose your engine at 700 feet. By the time that 5 seconds goes by, yes, you're further away from the airport, but you might be able to turn back around and at least make the airport. So it's not going to be perfect every single time, but it's at least a good indication of what it looks like, how fast, how high up, that you can make that decision and be able to make it as well. So it's not a good, it's not necessarily an accurate representation of what you would experience with a failure like that in the real world. But it's good practice nevertheless. So, yeah, super sketch. Let's see that one more time. Let's go back and see that one more time. The improbable turn. Here we go.
Live. Little ghosty, but not too much.
Nice, Caterly. That's awesome, dude.
That was a nice takeoff.
Thanks, thank you. I've done it a timer 1,000.
Okay, so we're climbing out, looking good. There's 1,500. Just making a nice straight out departure here.
Yep, flying runway heading until pattern altitude or whatever it is for a normal departure. And so
Cool.
I've got some terrain and some obstacles here to my right. I may change the game plan and go left. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go left with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's 1,700. Doesn't look like we're that high.
No, we're not. Here's 1,800, ready?
1,800 ready.
French Valley traffic, the 172 is returning to runway 36, French Valley. Just slightly keeping it unloaded here.
Okay, and our airspeed is plenty fast.
There's full flap.
Full flaps.
See, he just gets turned around
going right
much
to the numbers
quicker. So he gets that turn much tighter than I was doing it. You can see how much more altitude you've got left here.
Wind.
There's the discoloration, still flying, still flying.
Now what's the problem?
Still flying.
We're too fast.
Ton of energy, right?
Yeah.
With a 10 knot tailwind.
Yeah. I mean, the airspeed is
Still
we're
flying.
gonna stop flying soon, but.
Land.
Congratulations, you survived the impossible turn. See how impossible it is?
Yeah.
Improbable.
Super improbable.
So the margins are extremely tight. You heard the stall horn when we were in that turn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So there you go.
And how much runway did we use?
All right, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. Look forward to seeing you. Let's call it probably Wednesday, but it's a weird week, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm planning on Wednesday. And we'll play it by ear. A lot can happen between now and then, but and it depends on flying schedule and all that. So I was gonna go old, but we could go new. Yeah, we'll go new. Thank you, Quasar.